in this case.
Yeah.
Well,
Hi, Bill.
that's what I'm going to be watching for. So I'll be looking for that as you go through. I mean,
Oh, okay.
my first instinct is to tell you to look at the person in your face so that you're getting something from the other person.
Right.
So if that's not working for some reason visually on Zoom, I'll be the first one to let you know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Because I'm really confused about.
Well, don't be confused about it. What we're really trying to do is just make an honest connection with what we're doing and make it look like it could really happen. And we're working towards that. I wouldn't be
Okay.
I wouldn't be worried about the Zoom.
Okay. Good.
We'll have somebody to help us. And so
Okay.
okay, who popped on? Was that
Hello.
hello?
James.
James,
You
I don't see your picture yet. Oh, there you are.
It's on the way.
Good. All right. Good to see you guys.
It's good to be seen.
How are you, Vasily?
Oh, fine.
Oh yeah, well that was a sincere
I was with the eye roll. Which character was that?
interpretation. What's going so badly, Vasily?
Nothing's going badly. I mean, I got stopped yesterday on the road, so I got a little bit upset about it.
A cop? Yeah, what did he stop you for?
Over speeding
Oh, well, what
on
were
the
you doing?
highway.
What were you doing?
Instead of 45, I was driving 65.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
It was on highway, and everybody was speeding up anyway.
Yeah.
And that little bastard was hiding behind the bridge, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's usually what they do, you know.
Yeah, but I saw him just right in front of me, and I slow it down, but I think he just checked me, and as soon as I passed him by, he started following me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know you're in trouble when.
So, and I just looked it up, and I think I have to pay like $200 for that.
Ouch. Ouch. You know, here's a rule of thumb if you need one. A cop once stopped me and said, as long as you're not going more than 7 miles an hour over the speed limit, no cop is going to stop you.
Well, that's what I tried to do.
Yeah, well, I know,
Even
because
not more than 10, actually.
well,
So
65 and a 45 is, you know.
I know.
The math doesn't work out.
I know. I was in rush. I was
Ah.
driving to Connecticut to make that time. And then eventually when I got stopped and then my client connected, so, well, you don't have to rush because the client is not leaving by 11 o'clock. You should go drive okay. Yeah, right. And it just happened.
I know. I hate getting caught. The only time I got a speeding ticket in Georgia as I was heading for Florida because they saw me coming, man. I had Pennsylvania license plates and they went, oh, this boy's going to pay the fine. I know that's going to happen. And they were right, but boy, what is a dirty little stop. It was in a work area and I was in a line of cars all going the same speed and he pulled me out of all of those cars and gave me the ticket. So, ouch. Hi, Mel.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Who are we missing? Who are we missing?
Cindy.
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 Oh, all right. She's all right, isn't she? I think she's.
Yeah.
It's not like her to be late, you know. Mel used to always be the last one on. Now she's like early. I don't know. She's a new person.
I'm a contender for that as well.
Somebody want to give? I don't have my phone with me for some reason.
Here, I'll call her.
Call her real quick. See what's going
Okay.
on.
Hey, I have a question about
I'll be right back.
About what?
I have a question about what mode everybody's like in when they're when we're doing our Zoom meeting. Like I just started recently when I'm doing a scene, I put it in speaker mode. And so basically if I'm doing a scene with one other person, they're the only person that shows up, meaning I don't see them in my picture, you know, as well. I mean, I see mine as a very small one, but I'm seeing them and it's working out well for me. But I'm not sure if that's what everyone's doing, first of all.
Well, if it's working out well for you, that's okay.
Well, so here's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
It works great, but when so if you're watching our scene and you have your video on,
Mhm.
you show up in my screen as well.
Mm.
But if you turn your video off,
Mhm.
then like say if I'm doing a scene with Anj, she'll be the only person on my screen.
Yeah. Well, when we get into tech rehearsals, I won't be there. So trust
Okay.
me on that. Yeah. But while we're in rehearsal, because sometimes you make you do a few things and I want to start over immediately, or because of those things, I just
Right.
want to be
What-
there. But yeah,
My question is like, could you do that with just using the audio, or do you have to have the video too?
I mean, can you just mute yourself?
No.
the other
Can you turn off your video, but keep the audio? So if you need to stop us,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
stop us. Because what I'm saying is, if you turn off your video, your picture will drop out.
yeah, yeah. If you guys want me to, I will. I don't care.
Yes, that would be
Yes.
good.
All right. Well, tonight will be good because mostly we're just going to try running Act 1, see how it goes. You know, because basically here's the plan, right? We've got this week, and I just want to let you know I'm flexible. We're scheduled for next week, and then we do our tech the week of the show. I'm flexible enough to say if you want to skip next week and do the Sunday after, which is closer to the performance, and it gives you more time, especially people like John who've been through a rough time with the students, it would give you that extra week to do that. So I'm just putting that out there, just saying I'm flexible. It's up to you guys. But I mean, the 20th, when Mel wrote me the 20th, I looked on my calendar is what we all agreed on at a certain point, which is why I gave her that date back. So I wanted to bring that up to you. So
I'm okay with that. The only thing is we're running the first act tonight, and so we'll just say we won't run the second act until another couple of weeks.
yeah,
But everything else that would, I mean, because I feel like we're doing a lot of rehearsing on our own, so we could take advantage of that.
yeah.
So that would work for me. I don't know about everybody else.
So Cindy just popped on. Let me just say what I proposed is that the only thing I proposed is to tell you that I'm flexible. Not only because I do yoga every morning. No, I'm flexible. Whether you want to work next Sunday as our rehearsal before the tech, or you want to do the Sunday after, I'm good either way. So James voted he's fine with taking next week off. What's your assessment, John?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm probably gonna be dealing with grading up until, 2 days before Christmas, I think. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, but that would give me a little more time.
Okay. All right. So Vasily, what about you?
I'm flexible.
Okay. How about you, Mel?
I'm thinking that we need to cement Act 1 and Act 2 and then rehearse. So, but if John doesn't have, it's not comfortable with that, I'm fine with either way, but I would go for rehearsing next week just to
Okay.
cement Act 2.
Okay.
I just want to say that I'm fine with doing next week. I don't have a problem with doing next week.
Yeah, I think we're all saying we're fine with next week. I'm just offering the option. What's going to really help your memory are repetitions of what you're doing, which is sort of why I recommended taking next week off, so that you could have a real study week during Christmas week, and then we get repetitions on the 28th, and then a week later we're doing, that it's happening within a tighter space. That was my only thought. So I just
Yeah, I think I'm lost then, because I thought we were on this week, off the next 2 weeks, and then back in January.
No, we have one more rehearsal here in December, and then we're back in January for a tech rehearsal, and then we shoot it. And if we need, and believe me, if you guys need more time or we're in trouble that week, we'll add another rehearsal, and that's all we'll take care of it.
What do we have left as it stands? Like what are all of the dates?
The dates are tonight is number 4, and the next rehearsal we have will be number 5.
Okay.
The tech rehearsal we have is scheduled to be number 6. And all I'm saying is
Okay.
to you is that I will add another freebie if I feel that you guys are in need of it that week the performance. So
Usually I use it, but I'm flexible, whatever anybody wants.
okay.
When is the tech rehearsal? What's the date?
We haven't said it yet. So actually, I spoke with Allie today, and she wanted to know what the tech schedule, what the tech date was, and the performance dates. Well, I emailed her back and said the performance dates are the 8th and 9th of January. I assume the tech is flexible. The best way to do the tech would be the night before. In my opinion, that would be the best night to do it. That's a Thursday night, right?
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we should do. We should definitely have that tech that Thursday before.
So the 7th.
Yes. Okay, good. And then for example, is the extra rehearsal would be on the Sunday before that. If we all feel we need another run, which you may need, and we'll do it then.
I mean, that's where I would like to meet next week in case we need another one, and then we've got a Sunday.
Okay.
That works better.
Well, we didn't talk to Orange. I don't think did we ask you, Orange?
I'm flexible. I'm flexible. Do we know what time the tech is going to be? Because I'll be running from work. So,
No, we haven't said anything
okay,
yet. No.
all right, okay. I'm flexible, whatever works for everybody.
How is
So-
7 o'clock for tech? Is that okay with you?
Maybe
Yeah,
7:30. You tell us what time is good.
mean-
Like, no,
Go ahead,
7,
Ange.
between 7:15 and 7:30. Because I never know if that friggin' ferry is going to be on time.
Okay, well, we'll set it for 7:30. So in worst case scenario, you're okay.
And did somebody email all this out? So I keep the right one up.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So it
So-
doesn't-
So we will meet next week and
Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, that works for me.
great.
Next week, okay.
so we're
Okay.
talking the 20th, we're gonna be,
Yes.
and then the week after that, no.
No, correct.
All right,
Right.
Next week is regular Sunday, 6:30.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
so the 27th, no.
Yeah.
Okay,
So Cindy, I want to ask you, you're blue again. Will you be able to, by the time we do the show, to get a little white light on your face so you don't look like?
Yeah, I will either go or get someone to go to the store. I have picked this apart to find out what bulbs go in this thing.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll get some, there's as many as 4 that I can turn on.
Okay.
I can try different shades and see what you like best.
Okay, great.
Just have to get them.
Good. So does that clear up most of all of our questions before we launch tonight's? Yeah, John.
So the tech would be 2 hours or more?
Well, the tech is going to be till we all understand what to do.
Okay.
Otherwise, because you're doing the show the next night. I mean, I wouldn't want to say. I mean, whatever it's going to be, it's
Okay,
going to be.
That's fine. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just-
What we'll probably do that night is we'll probably just have her talk you through and run through cues and stuff like that, and then we'll do a run through with the cues. And like I say, there's really no interplay with her cues. I don't think she has to worry so much about it. There's only one exception to that, and that's Cindy's scene with all the china.
Oh,
Since-
yeah.
Since she feels she's not going to be able to get anything that's a facsimile thereof, I went through the internet yesterday and I found pictures of of all of those items. So what I may do is we may start it with you doing a voiceover and shooting the pictures of the things off the internet, and then popping you on after that. The only thing we wouldn't see would be your hands coming in, taking it on, taking it off, and whatever. It would be your voice sort of describing what we see, which is already a pre-made slide.
Is that what you prefer?
Well, no, I prefer to have you have the hands and have the correct props. But as I thought through it, if the props aren't correct, the bit won't work. The props are key to making the bit work. You know, you got to have a pistol handle thing. You know, I mean, that's just, and people have got to see the aggression in that piece of silverware. Otherwise, the whole concept of what we're doing, I don't think works as effectively. So
Okay.
that's what I'm shooting for. So, yeah. And what might happen is since Anj is the only one, we may call the tech a little earlier so that Ally can just go through technical cues with you and show you ins and outs. And then Anj gets there when she gets there.
Yeah, I might be able to get there at 7. I just didn't want to hold anybody up. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Okay, great.
All right, so I'll do
Okay.
my best to get there by 7.
I know you will. I know you will.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Are
Good.
you guys feeling nervous about this coming up now? All of a sudden, it's no longer an acting exercise that we're doing
Right.
one day a week. It's like we're going to do something with this. Is
Right.
that
Right.
It's really hard to say
A little
for me.
bit.
Vasily? Say what you were going to say.
I say it's really hard to say for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll be nervous, just right the day before. I have no idea.
Well, that isn't what I was talking about. Was not nervous when you're performing. I'm talking about nervous about the amount of work that you have to learn between now and when we blast off a month from now, a little less than a month from now.
No, I think I'm just a little bit cautious about preparing in terms
Okay.
of, the props, to make sure that it's working.
Yeah.
Pretty fine with, with all this external stuff and all the props and this light and whatever like that. That's
Well,
kind of.
Don't worry about the external stuff. Allie will take care of that. You guys just worry about your character, worry about learning your lines and finding that little prop or that little piece that's really going to define each character for you visually on Zoom. Right? That's really important that you think about that and make those decisions. Mel and Anj have been making those decisions as we've been moving along and using them. And I think it enhances their thought process of what they're doing. I think it works for all. And I think all of you ought to really start to do that, seeing as how we only have 2, possibly 3 more rehearsals left on this. So you all should start to think about that. And even though we're going to focus mostly on Act 2 on the next rehearsal next week, we will also do Act 1 again. Because what I want to do is keep building strength from the beginning. That's the way it will always work. Okay, any other questions? We don't seem like we're having fun tonight. It seems so serious, But I just want you to realize that that's what this is for, and it's actually. And I was talking to some of my other classes about how valuable this class has been for me to learn so much about you guys who've been with me for a long time. Now I'm learning who you are in a rehearsal process, which is something as an acting teacher I never really get to see. Usually I help get the actor the job, and then they go out and they rehearse and they do the performance. And once in a while I see the performance, but I never get to see the actor's process during the rehearsals. And I'm getting an opportunity to do that with you guys. And I think it's going to be beneficial. I'm not going to talk about it till it's all over, but I already have my opinions about it as we move along. So I'm learning so much more from you guys than I ever have before, just doing our regular stuff. So just thought I'd pass that along.
Okay,
All right.
good.
So we ready to give it a shot tonight? We're just going to run Act 1 straight through. Bill's going to take his picture off, and we're going to blast off and go. And I'll leave my voice on. So if you hear somebody laugh, it'll be me.
Real quick. So to start so Anj and I are in the first scene.
Yes.
We're going to start from blackout, and how do we both come on?
Well, that's what Allie will tell you. So
okay.
What will be on before you will be a picture of the dining room that you and your character are going to walk into.
Okay.
Right? Before each scene, there will be a picture of some angle of a dining room, or if it's just the big China hutch, it might just be that. Before each scene, I'm going to try to set it up with the physical presence of what the scene is, where the scene is taking place, without putting that physical presence in the scene, just setting it up with the picture before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I was gonna put the year on it, but I decided that that would be a violation of the copyright, so I'm not gonna put the year on it. So.
How would it
The
be
year of
like-
the scenes?
It would be a violation of the copyright because there's nowhere indicated on the author to put those years. Those are directorial decisions that were not written by A.R. Gurney. They were written by W.F. Roudebush.
That's
So,
a shame because it was a nice touch.
Yeah, I think so too.
The dining room.
What's
so-
that?
But we're calling it scenes from the dining room.
That's
so-
what we're calling it, scenes from the dining room, but we're not giving it a year. We'll let them figure out what that is, I guess. Okay. I mean, but it would be a violation of copyright if I add something to the play, an element to the play as a physical element of the play that is not written into the play, and nowhere in there does he mention a year. It's just for our purposes. Okay, any other questions? Okay.
I just
All right,
want to
well-
ask you quickly, can you hear it now? Oh, hold on. Jesus.
Well, if you can't hear it, I can.
Okay, later. I'm not gonna take.
Later.
Oh, I do have a question.
Sure, Mel.
In the dining room scene, I'm supposed to look out where Stuart says the grandchildren were playing.
Uh-huh.
So I need to know which side we're looking.
Well, it's only you that looks out. Am I correct?
Oh, that John is not going to look.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, let's make it look left.
So this way,
Yes, correct. Both of you are, yes, look left.
does that look correct?
Yeah, and I would look at not so profile left, but just a little more,
A little, right?
yeah, that way. That's absolutely perfect, right?
Okay.
It's like 45-degree angle to the left, 45-degree angle. Yeah, exactly, John, you got it. You look very good that way, John. Just trying to inject some humor into the night. Okay.
I'm on some nasal spray medication, so I'm a little loopy. So
That's only gonna enhance your performance.
exactly.
I was snipping glue earlier.
Okay.
And if my phone rings, I have to answer it because my brother is having major surgery tomorrow, 2 brothers of mine. So
Oh,
I just want to,
God.
yeah. So if the phone rings, I have to answer it.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
thanks for
Anything
telling
else?
us.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, I'm signing off and we're going straight through it. I'll try to call it from the dark.
Okay, so
You guys can still hear me here, right?
You
Oh.
bet.
All right, good. All right, so we imagine that we have our placard up. And so for sure, the placard would be up and then go.
and the dining room.
Oh, boy.
You see how these rooms were designed to catch the early morning light?
I'll say.
Oh, French doors, lovely garden, oh, flowering crab. Do you like gardening?
I used to.
Imagine having a long leisurely breakfast in here.
Yeah, as opposed to instant coffee on Eastern Airlines.
Exactly. You know, this is a room after my own heart. I grew up in a dining room just like this, same sort of furniture, everything.
So did I.
Well, here we are. Welcome home.
How much are they asking for it again?
Make an offer. I think they'll come down.
The trouble is, we'll never use this room.
Oh, now.
No, I'm serious. We won't. You know, the last 2 houses I lived in, my wife used a dining room table to sort the laundry.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, maybe you ought to show me something more contemporary.
That means something farther out. How long do we have to find you a home?
One day.
And how long will the corporation keep you here after you've gone? After we
6
found it.
months to a year.
Oh, then we definitely farther out. You can see the kitchen as we leave.
You shouldn't have shown me this first.
I thought it was something to go by.
You spoiled everything else.
Oh, no, we'll find you a place if we have all day. But wasn't it a lovely room?
Let's go, or I'll buy it.
Blackout. And the placard will be up, and the placard will be up, and the placard is out, starting next scene.
The dining room.
Yes,
Notice how we gravitate right to this room?
I know it.
You sure Mother doesn't want this stuff in Florida?
She hasn't got room for the stuff she's got. She wants us to take turns without fighting.
We'll just have to draw lots then.
Unless one of us wants something and one of us doesn't.
I have to do it today.
What? You think that's enough time to divide up a whole house?
I have to go get back, Sal. We'll draw lots and then go through the rooms taking turns. Here, we'll use this salt spoon. Take your pick. You get the spoon, you get the dining room.
You want to start here?
Got to start somewhere.
Oh my God. I mean, you mean you want the dining room?
Yeah.
What happened to the stuff you had?
Ah, Jane took it. It was part of the settlement.
If you win, where are you going to put it?
That's my problem, Sal.
I thought you said you had a tiny apartment.
I'll find a place.
I mean, your children won't want it.
Oh, probably not.
Then where on earth are you going to?
Oh, come on, Sal. Just choose. You don't want it.
Of course I want it.
I mean, you already have a perfectly good dining room.
Not as good as this.
You mean you want 2 dining rooms?
Oh, we give our old stuff to Debbie.
To Debbie.
She's our oldest child.
Does Debbie want a dining room?
Well, she might.
In a condominium?
She might.
In Denver?
She just might, Arthur.
I don't want to fight. Which hand?
Are you planning on putting it in storage?
I might.
I checked on that. It costs an arm and a leg.
Oh, so does shipping it to Denver.
I know what's going to happen.
What?
You'll end up selling it.
Sell it?
That's what's going to happen. Oh. It'll kick around for a while. No, it'll kick around for a while, but you'll end up calling a furniture. Stop laughing.
I'm absolutely amazed to say
Kick
that.
around for a while and you'll end up calling a furniture deal. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
I'm absolutely amazed you'd say that.
Oh, look, Arthur, I don't want to fight.
Neither do I. Maybe you should defer the dining room.
Oh, maybe we should.
Smelling in the dining room. Is that what you said, Mother? I do.
I told her I would give you the piano if I could have the dining room.
I'll be lucky if I keep this spoon.
I'll give you the piano and the coffee table if I can keep the dining room, huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Annie,
Yes, sir.
did I find a seed in my orange juice yesterday morning?
I strained it, sir.
I'm sure you did, Annie. Nonetheless, I think I may have detected a small seed.
I'll strain it twice, sir.
Seeds can wreak havoc with the digestion, Annie.
Yes, sir.
They can take root and grow.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Daddy,
Yes, good morning, Lizzie Boo.
can Charlie and me come in?
Charlie and I.
Can Charlie and I come in and sit with you while you have breakfast?
You certainly may, Lizzie King. I'd be delighted to have the pleasure of your company, provided, I said provided, you sit quietly without leaning back in your chairs and don't fight or argue.
He says we can.
I said you may, sweetheart.
Good morning, Daddy.
Morning, Dad.
Here's your cream, sir.
Thank you, Annie.
You're welcome, sir.
Dad,
Hmm?
when do we get to have fresh cream in our shredded wheat?
When you grow up, that's when.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's a war, no one gets cream. There's a war, we'll all have to settle for the top of the bottle.
Mother said she was thinking about having us come in here to eat every night with you.
Yes, your mother and I are both thinking about that, and we're both looking forward to it. As soon as you children learn to sit up straight, then I see no reason why we shouldn't all have a pleasant meal together every evening.
Could we try it tonight, Dad? Could you give us a test?
No, Charlie, not tonight, because tonight we're giving a small dinner party. But I hope very much you and Liz will come down and shake hands.
Oh, I get so shy, Dad.
Well, you'll just have to learn, sweetie pie. Half of life is learning to meet new people.
What's the other half, Dad?
Was that a crack?
No, Dad?
That was a crack, wasn't it?
No, Dad, really?
Well, it sounded very much like a smart guy wisecrack to me. And people who make cracks like that don't normally eat in dining.
I didn't mean it as a crack, Dad.
Then we'll ignore it. We'll go on with our breakfast. Annie,
Yes, sir.
no, your car's here, Lizzie.
Oh, your car's here, Lizzie. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie. Goodbye, Daddy.
Goodbye, darling. Don't be late. Say good morning to the driver. Sit quietly in the car. Work hard. Run, run.
Dad, can I read the funnies?
Certainly you may. Well, this won't mean much to you, but the government is systematically ruining this country.
Miss Kelly told us about the government.
Oh, and who is Miss Kelly, pray tell?
She's my teacher.
I don't remember any Miss Kelly.
She's new, Dad.
I see. And what has she been telling you?
She said there is depression going on.
I see.
People all over the country are standing in line for bread.
I see.
So the government has to step in and do something.
Annie,
Yes, sir.
I'd very much like some more coffee, please.
Yes, sir.
Well, you tell Miss Kelly she's wrong.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. If the government keeps on handing out money, no one will want to work. And if no one wants to work, there won't be anyone around to support such things as private schools. And if no one is supporting private schools, then Miss Kelly will be standing on the bread lines, like along with everyone else. You tell Miss Kelly that, if you please.
Dad,
Hmm?
could we leave a little early today?
Well, we'll leave when we always leave.
But I'm always late, Dad.
Nonsense.
I am, Dad. Yesterday I had to walk into assembly while they were still singing the hymn.
A minute or two late.
Everyone looked at me, Dad.
Will you tell everyone to concentrate on that hymn?
I can't, Dad.
It's that new spotlight on Richmond Avenue. It affects our timing.
It's not just the new stoplight, Dad. Sometimes I came in when they're already doing arithmetic. Miss Keller says I should learn to be punctual.
Miss Kelly again, eh?
She said if everyone is late, no one would learn any mathematics.
Now, you listen to me, Charlie. Miss Kelly may be an excellent teacher. Her factoring may be flawless, her geometry beyond question. But Miss Kelly does not teach us politics, nor does she teach us how to run our lives. She's not going to tell you or me to leave in the middle of a pleasant breakfast and get caught in the bulk of the morning traffic just so you can arrive on time for a silly hymn. Long after you've forgotten that hymn, long after you've forgotten how to factor, long after you've forgotten Miss Kelly, you will remember these pleasant breakfasts around this dining room table. Ah, and here is your mother to prove it.
Good morning, darling. Good morning, Charlie.
I know people who leap to their feet when a beautiful woman enters the room.
Oh, that's all right, dear.
I also know people who rush to push in their mother's chair.
Thank you, dear.
And finally, I know people who are quick to give their mother the second section of the morning paper.
Oh, here, Mom.
Dear.
Now, Charlie, take a moment, if you would, just to look at your lovely mother, bathed in the morning sunlight and reflected in the dining room table.
Oh, Russell.
Look at her, Charlie, and then ask yourself carefully, which is worth our ultimate attention, your mother or Miss Kelly?
Who's Miss Kelly?
Never mind, dear. Which, Charlie?
My mother.
Good, Charlie. Fine. And now I think you and I should make a trip upstairs before we say goodbye and are on our way.
Annie, tell Irma I'll have eggs this morning, please.
Yes, Mrs.
And blackout, new scene.
Hey,
Whoop, I thought you'd left.
I forgot my briefcase. What's going on?
I have to get this term paper done.
In here?
Where else?
You gonna type?
Well, of course I'm going to type.
In here, on that table.
Why not?
You're gonna sit here pounding a typewriter on my family's dining room table.
Why not?
Because it wasn't designed for it, that's why.
Howard.
Lucky I came home. Next thing you know, you'll be feeding the dog off our little stuffed china.
It's got rubber mats under it. But look, if you like, I'll find something else.
Well, you're not gonna use those mats.
I thought I would, yes.
Those are good mats.
We haven't used them in 10 years.
Those are extremely good mats, Ellie. Mother bought those in Italy.
All right. I'll use these. Mind if I use these? We put pots on them. We can certainly put a typewriter, huh? Don't you have a plane to catch? I mean, it's not hard to work with your husband hovering over you like a helicopter.
Well, it's kind of hard to leave when your wife is systematically mutilating the dining room table.
Oh, be careful, Howard. I swear. Now, goodbye.
Couldn't you please work somewhere else?
I would like to know where, please.
What's wrong with the kitchen table?
No, it wouldn't work. Last time the kids got peanut butter all over my footnotes.
I'll set up a bridge table in the living room.
No, I'd only have to move next time you and the boys want to watch a game of football.
You mean you're just gonna leave all that stuff there?
I thought I would, yes.
All that shit, all over the dining room.
It's a term paper, Howard, and it's crucial to my degree.
You mean you're gonna commandeer the dining room for the rest of the term?
Well, why not? It just sits here. We never use it.
What if we wanted to give a dinner party?
Oh, since when have we given a dinner party?
What if we wanted to have a few people over, for Christ's sake?
And then we'd have in the kitchen.
Jesus. Jesus.
Everybody does nowadays, Howard.
That doesn't make it right.
Look, Howard, just let me get this done. Let me get a good degree. Let me get a good job so I can be out of here every day.
Fine, fine. What the hell? Next, why don't I turn it into a tool room every night?
Brilliant.
Blackout.
Why did you tell Mildred to wake me up, Mother?
Let me finish this grocery list.
I mean, it's Saturday, Mother.
There. I know it's Saturday, darling. And I apologize, but something has come up and I need you to make a little decision.
What decision?
Start your breakfast, darling. No one can think on an empty stomach. Now, guess who telephoned this morning?
Who?
Your Aunt Martha.
Oh, I love her.
So do I, but the poor thing had nothing else to do, so she was on the phone at the crack of dawn this morning.
What you want?
Well, now here's the thing. She has an extra ticket for the theater tonight and she wants you to join her.
Oh, sure.
Now, wait till I'm finished, dear. I told her it was your decision, of course. I thought that you had other plans.
What other plans?
Now think, darling, isn't there something rather special going on in your life this evening?
Oh,
Am I right or am I right?
dancing school.
Not dancing school, the first session of the junior assemblies, which are a big step beyond dancing school. Now, I told Aunt Martha you telephone her back right away so she can drum up someone else.
I thought it was my decision.
Well, it is, sweetheart, of course.
Well, then I'd like to see you play with Aunt Martha.
Are we allowed to yell line if anyone's on book?
Yeah, you can yell line anyway. I don't know if anybody's on book. You can absolutely yell line.
I could stay on book.
Yep.
Where page are you on now?
Oh, and this was the one line giving us problem rehearsal.
Give
Okay,
him the page number so he can follow, Cindy.
page 19 in the middle. All right.
Okay.
Carolyn, I wonder if you're being a bit impulsive this morning. You don't even know what the play is.
What is it then?
Well, it happens to be some talky play by the name of Saint Joan.
Oh, we read that at school. I want to go all the more.
It's the road company, sweetheart. It doesn't even have Catherine Cornell.
Well, I'd still like to go.
See some endless play with your maiden aunt.
She's my favorite person.
Oh, we go then if it's that important to you.
All right, I'll call her right now.
Carolyn, you realize that at the first session of the junior assemblies, everyone gets acquainted.
Really?
Oh, yes. It starts everything else off on the right foot.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, it's like the first day of school. Once you miss, you never catch up.
Oh, gosh.
Am I right? Now, you see why we shouldn't make hasty decisions?
Maybe I won't go at all.
What do you mean?
Maybe I'll skip all the junior assemblies.
Oh, Carolyn.
Well, I don't like dancing school anyway.
Oh, don't be silly.
I don't. I'm bigger than half the boys. I never know what to say. I'm a terrible dancer. And last year, I spent half the time in the ladies' room.
Oh, that's nonsense.
It's true, Mother. I hate dancing school. I don't know why I have to go. St. Joan wouldn't go to dancing school in a million years.
Yes, and look what happened to St. Joan.
I don't care. I've made up my mind.
Your Aunt Martha seems to have caused a bit of trouble this morning.
Maybe.
Your Aunt Martha seems to have opened up an entire can of worms.
I'm glad she did.
All right. And then how do you propose to spend the rest of your Saturday evenings when there's no Aunt Martha and no St. Joan and all your friends are having the time of their lives at junior assemblies?
Do something.
Such as what? Sit around here, listening to that stupid hit parade, bothering the maids when we're planning to have a party?
I'll do something, Mother.
You're obviously not old enough to make an intelligent decision.
I knew you wouldn't let me decide.
All right then, decide. But
I'd like
before
to-
you do, let me tell you a story about your dear Aunt Martha, who made a decision of her own when she was about your age. She decided, and if you breathe a word of this, I will strangle you. She decided she was in love with her riding master, and so she threw it all up and ran away with him to Taos, New Mexico, where your father had to go track her down and drag her back, and it was too late because she was overstimulated. And ever since then, she's refused to join the workday world. So there you have it in a nutshell. Now you decide while I go order these groceries.
I've decided, Mother.
Good. You've come to your senses.
I've decided to talk to Aunt Martha.
Blackout.
You have a dentist appointment, Carolyn. You have writing lessons at no, we'll skip the writing lessons. Carolyn.
Cindy blacks out. New placard, new scene.
Who?
Oh, you scared me out my skin.
I wanted to.
Your mother said you were sick this morning,
I was. Oh, I am.
too sick to go to school.
I am, Aggie. I upchucked twice.
Well, then you get straight right back to bed,
How come you didn't do my room yet?
because I thought you was sleeping.
I've just been lying there, Ag, waiting.
Oh, I've got more to do now ever since Ida left. I've got the downstairs lavatory. I've got all the polishing and all the
My
bed
mother says
stuff.
you want to leave us.
When did she say that?
Last Thursday on your day off, when she was cooking dinner. She said now there's a war. You're looking for a job with more money. Is that true, Ag?
Maybe.
Money isn't everything, Aggie.
Listen to him now.
You could be rich as a king and still be miserable. Look at my
What?
Uncle Paul. He's rich as Croesus, and yet he's drinking himself into oblivion.
What do you know about all that?
I know a lot. I eat dinner here in the dining room now. I listen, and I know that my Uncle Paul is drinking himself into oblivion. And Mrs. Williams has a tipped uterus.
Here now, you stop that talk.
Well, it's true, Ag, and it proves that money isn't everything. So you don't have to leave us.
It's not just the money, darling.
Then what, Ag?
I just don't.
Don't you like us anymore?
Oh, Michael.
Don't you like our family?
Oh, Mikey.
What? Sorry.
I just don't.
Then what is it, Ag? How come you're just leaving?
I don't want to do domestic service no more
Why?
because I don't like it no more, Mikey.
That's because Ida left and you have too much to do, Ag.
No, darling.
I'll help you, Ag, I swear. I'll make my own bed and I'll pick up my own towel. I'll try to be much more careful when I pee.
Lord love you, lad.
No, really, I will. And I'll tell my parents not to have so many dinner parties, Ag. I'll tell them to give you more time off. I'll tell them to give you all day Sunday.
No, darling. No.
I'm serious, Ag.
I know.
Well, when will you be going then, Ag?
As soon as your mother can find somebody else.
You can't find anyone, Aggie.
She will. Oh, she will.
She says she can't. They keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair.
Then I will stay until you go away for the summer.
You're going to get married, aren't you, Ag?
Oh.
That guy you told me about from church?
Maybe.
You're going to have children. You will. You will. I know you will. And you'll have a boy of your own. Will you come back to see us?
Oh my, yes.
You won't, Ag.
I will, surely.
You'll never come back, Ag. I'll never see you again, ever.
Come here, Mikey.
No.
Come give Aggie a big hug.
No, why should I? No.
Just a little squeeze for old time's sake, eh?
No. Go hug your own kids, Agnes. I got work to do. I got a whole stack of homework to do. I'm missing a whole day of school.
Michael?
And,
Michael?
and placard, in, new placard. New scene.
Where am I? Okay. There's your dining room, doctor.
Oh, look at those French doors.
I'm looking. I'm also thinking about heat loss. Big room. Light room, commodious room.
That's one of the reasons we bought the house.
And one of the reasons we should consider breaking it up.
Breaking it up.
No, bear with me. What say we turn this room into office for you and a waiting room for your patients?
Oh, I thought we said we were gonna open up the maid's quarters on the 3rd floor.
Now hold on, relax. The patient trusts the psychiatrist, doesn't he? Why can't the psychiatrist trust the architect? Now, here is the ground plan of your house. Here's what you start with. For the moment, and here, well, all these approximate dimensions is your dining room. Now, just suppose, we started with the clean slate. Now, suppose we open up this here, slam a beam in here, break through here and here, blast out this throughout that, and what do we have?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, we don't have a dining room anymore. That's what we don't have.
But where would we eat?
Here, right here. Look, I'm putting an eating area. Here's the fridge, the cooking units, cuisine, butcher, block table, chrome chairs. See, look at the space, the flow. Wife cooks, kid sets the table, you stock the dishes, all right here. Democracy at work in your own house. Now, let's review your day. You come down to breakfast. Everybody's fixing his or her own thing. Eggs, cornflakes, pop, tarts, whatever. You eat, chat, read the paper, say goodbye, come in here to go to work. Do you have a nurse or receptionist?
No, I'm a humble shrink.
Well, you come in here to the reception room. Maybe just magazines on the table here, maybe add your newspaper to the pile. Then you go through a soundproof door into your office. You turn on your stereo console here, maybe select a book from a wall unit here, and then settle behind your desk model here. You read, you listen to music, soon buzz the patient arrives. You turn off the music, put aside your book and buzz him, and through the soundproof door, he flops on the couch right here, tells you his dreams. You look out the window here. He leaves. You write him up, buzz in the next. Soon it's time for lunch. You go in here, have lunch with the wife and one of the kids, and maybe stroll back in here for a nap. More buzzes, more patients, and soon it's time for a good, easy cooperative supper with your family.
But not in the dining room.
No, not in a dining room.
This room is so resonant.
So does a church. That doesn't mean we have to live in it.
Huh.
Look, I know whereof I speak. I grew up in a room like this.
Oh, yes?
Oh, sure. This home turfs to me.
Really?
Oh, God, yes. My father sat in the chair just like that. And my mother sat here, and my sister sat here, and I sat right here. Oh, it'll come back to me.
You want to tell me about it?
It was a torture. That's all. Those endless meals, waiting to begin, waiting for the dessert, waiting to be excused so they couldn't lean on you anymore.
Was it that bad?
Man, it was brutal. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father,
Go on.
never mind. The point, doctor, the point is, doctor, it's time to get rid of this room. Tell you frankly, I'm not interested in screwing around with any more maid's room. I can do that in my sleep. What I want is the chance to get in here so I can open up your whole ground floor. Now, what do you say?
I have to think about it.
Okay, fine. Take your time. Tell you what, I'll send you my bill for the work I've done so far.
Good. And I'll send you mine.
Blackout, new placard. New scene.
All right, children, we're ready.
Yay!
One cake, I want cake.
Children! This is a dining room, not the monkey house at the zoo. All right, then I'll just have to tell Roberta in the kitchen to put away all the ice cream and cake. That's better. Now, I want you to all turn around. Get up, turn around, leave the room, and come back in the right way. Leave the room quietly, quietly. Now go into the hall and then turn around and come back. Come in as if you were your mummies and daddies coming into a lovely dinner party. Oh, no, let Winky go first because she's the hostess and it's her birthday. That's it. Good. Now you sit at the head of the table, Winky. Good. And no, Billy, you sit next to Winky. It should be boy, girl, boy, girl. That's it. Yes. Exactly. Now, what do we do with our napkins? Yes, exactly. We tuck them under our chin. And then we put on our party hats.
Can the boys wear their hats in the house?
Yes, they can, Brewster, because this is a special occasion. And on special occasions, the rules can change.
Yay!
Yes, sometimes. And I meant some of the rules.
Oh, there's my daddy.
Where, Billy?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Bill.
What did you hear?
Came to pick up Bill.
I thought Judy was picking him up.
Yeah, she told me to pick him up. She told me to come.
He was a little early. We haven't even had our ice cream and cake.
I can't get mine to work.
Help her, Brewster. Little boys are supposed to help little girls.
There's Frank.
Playing golf. Where else?
On Winky's birthday?
Oh, don't get me started, please.
Can we have our ice cream now,
In
please?
a minute, dear. Be patient. That way you'll have something to look forward to.
1,
She must have known he'd be playing golf.
2,
3,
3,
She knows about us at least.
4,
Said she could tell by the way we
5,
behaved
6,
7,
7,
at the Bramwell's dinner party.
8, 9.
That's how she could tell.
We want ice cream.
We want ice cream.
You want ice cream?
Says she'll fight it tooth and nail.
Fight what? We haven't done anything.
She says she wants to nip it in the bud.
Ice cream, ice cream.
All right, children, you win.
Yay!
Roberta is very busy in the kitchen because she also has a dinner party tonight. So who would like to help bring things out?
Me.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Billy, you bring out the ice cream, and Sandra, you bring out the cake.
No!
Careful. Walk, don't run. And be polite to Roberta because she's working very hard. And Brewster and Winky, you have other responsibilities. For instance, Brewster, when Billy and Sandra reappear through that door, what will you do?
Sing the song?
Good, Brewster. Now be very quiet and watch that door. And as soon as they come out, start singing. So what do we do?
She says she's thinking about telling my father.
Father,
Yeah, he fired me immediately.
what if he did?
I'd be out of a job, Peggy.
You could get another.
Where? Doing what?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Birthday,
dear
dear
Winky.
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, no, sweetheart. Wait. Always wait. Before you blow out your candles, you have to make a wish. And Mommy has to make a wish. See, Mommy is putting her wedding ring around one of the candles. Now, we both close our eyes and make a wish.
I wish I.
No, don't tell. Never tell a wish. If you do, it won't come true. All right, now blow. Yay! Okay, now Whitney, would you cut the cake and give everyone a piece, please? And Billy, pass the ice cream.
What'd you wish for?
Won't tell.
You think it'll come true?
No.
No, it's just, she'd make it so messy for everyone.
Judy.
Yeah, she'd make it impossible.
So would Frank.
I thought he didn't care.
He would if it were messy.
We could leave town.
And go where?
I don't know, wherever I find a job.
Yes.
I have an uncle in Syracuse.
Syracuse?
Yeah. We could live there.
Is it nice, Syracuse?
I think it's next to a lake.
Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, you could have Winky, I'd have Billy in the summer.
Syracuse.
Yeah, at least we'd be free.
Winky, wipe your mouth, please.
Billy,
What?
come here a minute, please. Do you have to go to the bathroom?
No,
Well, then stop doing that, please.
don't do what?
You know what? Now go back and enjoy the party. Sorry.
I grew up here,
So did I.
but just to pick up stakes.
I know.
I mean, this is where I live.
Everybody lives there. It's just, me too. Huh? We'll just have to be good little boys and girls then.
Oh, Dad,
We just have to behave ourselves.
I can't stand it.
And if we end up sitting next to each other, we'll just have to make a conscious effort.
Oh, we won't be seated next to each other. Judy will see to that.
Not for a while.
Quite a while.
Everyone's finished, Mommy.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And here's your ring from the cake.
Oh, good for you, darling. I forgot all about it.
Time to go then?
I planned a few games.
Oh, you want me to stay?
It would help.
Then I'll stay.
Okay, into the living room, children, for some games.
Wow, what games?
Oh, all kinds of games. Blind man's buff, pin the tails on the donkey.
I'll get them started.
Well, I appreciate Roberta.
I'll be the donkey.
Oh, stop.
I'll be the ass.
Stop or I'll scream.
Come on, Mommy, we're waiting.
We're coming, dear.
Lights out.
Grandpa,
Which one are you?
I'm Nick. Gramp,
What do you want?
to have lunch with you, Gramp?
Well, then you're late.
I went down to the club.
Who said I'd be at the club?
My parents said you always eat there.
Well, lately I've been coming home.
Yes, sir.
Don't know half the people at the club anymore. Rather be here at my own table. Dora takes care of me. Don't you, Dora?
Yes, sir.
Well, you tracked me down anyway. That shows some enterprise. Bring up some lunch, Dora.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gramp.
So you're Nick, eh?
Yes, I am.
You're the one who wants to go to Europe this summer?
No, that's Mary. That's my cousin.
You're the one who wants the automobile? Says he can't go to college without an automobile?
No, that's my brother Tony, Gramp.
What do you want then?
Oh, don't really want.
Everyone who sits down with me wants something. Usually it's money. You want money?
Yes, sir.
For what?
My education, Gramp.
Oh, education, eh? That's a good thing. It can be. Doesn't have to be. Can be a bad thing. Where do you want to be educated?
St. Luke's School in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Never heard of it.
It's an excellent boarding school for boys.
Is it Catholic?
I don't think so, Gramp.
Sounds Catholic to me.
I think it's high Episcopalian, Gramp.
And it's expensive.
My parents think it's a first-rate school, Gramp.
Ah, your parents think.
They've discussed all the boarding school and decided that this is the best.
They decided, eh?
Yes, sir.
And then they decided you should get your grandfather to pay for it.
Yes, sir.
Another one leaving the nest, Dora.
Yes, sir.
Taking a piece of the nest egg.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you stay home?
Me?
You.
Because I want to broaden myself.
You want to what?
I want to broaden my horizons. My horizons need broadening.
I see.
And I'll meet interesting new friends.
Don't you have any interesting friends here?
Oh, sure, Gramp.
I do. I have interesting friends right here. I know a man who makes boats in his basement.
But
I know a man who plays golf with his wife.
I'll meet different types, Gramp, from all over the country. New York, California.
Why would you want to meet anyone from New York?
Well, they're more sophisticated, Gramp. They'll buff me up.
They'll what?
My mother says I need buffing up.
You think he needs buffing up, Dora?
No, sir.
Dora doesn't think you need buffing up. I don't think you need buffing up. You'll have to give us better reasons.
Well, they have advanced Latin there.
I see. And?
An indoor hockey rink.
Yes. And?
And beautiful grounds and surroundings.
Don't we? Don't we have beautiful grounds and surroundings? Why do we have to go away to have beautiful grounds and surroundings?
I don't know, Gramp. All I know is everyone's going away these days.
Everyone's going away? You hear that, Dora? Everyone's going away.
An awful lot of people are going away.
I didn't go away.
I know, Gramp.
Didn't even go to Country Day. Went to old PS 36 down on Huron Street.
Yes, Gramp.
Didn't finish either. Father died and I had to go to work. Had to support my mother.
I know that, Gramp.
My father didn't go to school at all. Learned Greek at the plow.
You told us, Gramp.
Yes, well, I didn't do too badly. Without a high school, a high Episcopalian boarding school, and an indoor hockey rink.
But you're a self-made man, Gramp.
Oh, is that what I am? And what are you? Don't you want to be self-made? Well, you want other people to make you. Hmm? Hmm? What do you got to say to that?
I don't know.
Everyone wants to go away. Me, I went away twice. Took 2 vacations in my life. First vacation, took a week off from work to marry your grandmother. Went to Hot Springs, Virginia. Bought this table. Second vacation, Europe, 1928. Again, with your grandmother. Hated the place. Knew I would. Miserable meals. Took a trunk load of shredded wheat along. Came back when it ran out. Back to this table. They're leaving us, Dora, scattering like birds.
Yes, sir.
With small potatoes these days.
Oh, yes, sir.
This one wants to go to one of those fancy New England boarding schools. He wants to play ice hockey indoors, and that crowd from Long Island and Philadelphia. He'll come home talking with marbles in his mouth. We won't understand a word, Dora.
Yes, sir.
And we won't see much of him, Dora. He'll go visiting in New York and Baltimore. He'll drink liquor in the afternoon and get mixed up with women who wear lipstick and trousers and whose only thought is the next dance, huh? And he wants me to pay for it all. Am I right?
No, Gramp, no, I don't. I don't want to go. Really, I never wanted to go. I want to stay home with all of you.
Finish your greens. They're good for your lower intestine. No, you go. You go. You gotta go. I'll send you to St. Whoosies and Betsy to Miss Watsy's and Young Andy to whatever it's called. And Mary can go to Europe this summer and Tony can have a car and it's all fine and dandy. Well, go on. Enjoy yourselves, all of you. Leave town, travel, see the world. It's bound to happen. And you know who's going to be sitting here, right here when you get back? I'll tell you, he'll be sitting right in this chair, saying the same thing to his grandson. And your grandson will be back at the plow. And come to think of it, that won't be a bad thing either. Will it, Dora?
No, sir. Well, go on, hurry. Bring him his checkbook before he falls asleep.
Blackout. New placard. New scene.
What do you think?
You're in trouble.
Oh, dear, I knew it.
Yeah, it's coming unglued,
I know the feeling.
coming apart at the seams.
Do you think it's hopeless?
Let's see.
Oh, it shakes very badly. I had a few friends over for dinner the other night, and every time we tried to cut our chicken, our water glasses would tinkle frantically. The chairs would creak and groan. It was like having dinner at Pompeii.
Checking the joints here.
It's also very sad how everything runs down and falls apart. Yeah, I used to tell my husband, my ex-husband, we have such lovely old things. We should oil them. We should keep them up. We should wax them. But of course, I couldn't do everything and he wouldn't do anything. But here you are to give us the coup de grace.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Oh, look under here.
I don't dare.
Oh, I mean, I'm serious. Look.
Wait till I put on my glasses. Where? I
Right
can't
here.
see. I can't
Look at this support. See how loose it is?
Wait, I can't.
Come on.
All right.
See? Look at this support.
Oh, I see. It wiggles like mad.
And look over there. I'm gonna have to put in a whole new piece over here. This is gone.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, and excuse me, this pedestal is loose. Probably needs a new dowel. I have to ream it out and put in another.
Oh man, you think so on that one too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, your whole dining room needs to be re-screwed, re-glued, and renewed.
Ah,
Oh, what's the matter?
I have never been under the table before.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it's all just wood underneath, isn't it?
That's all it is.
I mean, you'd think a dining room table would be something special, but it isn't. It's just wood and just a couple of big wide boards.
That's right.
Oh, what's this over here?
What's what?
There seems to be some writing burned into the wood.
Oh, where?
There. Freeman's Furniture, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 1898.
Yeah, that's manufacturer's mark.
That's not old at all,
Not if that's when it was made.
but that isn't old at all. I mean, that's not even an antique. It's just American.
Well, they made a lot of these things. There's a lot of them around. They're cranking them out at the end of the 19th century.
How dumb am I? We've been thinking all this time that it's been terribly valuable.
Well, I mean, it is. It's well made. And it's a sturdy, serviceable copy. Based on the English.
You learn something every day. You know a lot about furniture, don't you?
I'm beginning to.
Beginning to. I bet your father was a cabinet maker or something.
My father was a banker.
A banker?
Yeah, and I was a stockbroker until I started doing this.
I don't believe it.
No, I wanted to see what I was doing, and touch it, see the results. So I took up carpentry.
I am amazed. I know some stockbrokers. Is this the support that's bad?
That's the one.
What if you put a nail into it or something?
Not a nail, a screw.
All right. And over here, another one over here, or some household glue.
Yeah. Well, these days they use epoxy cement.
Oh, how about if we put jam a matchbook or something in here?
Not a matchbook.
A wedge, a wooden wedge.
Good idea.
You see, I can do it too. Well, do you think that you can fix a table here, or will you be taking it away?
I could fix it here. I mean, if you want.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I mean, my husband used to ask for estimates for labor and material.
I'll write one up.
Suppose I help with the labor.
I've never worked that way before.
Well, I shouldn't be so ignorant. I should learn.
Okay.
I mean, besides, it's not an antique. I mean, if I make a mistake, it's not going to be the end of the world, is it?
Not at all.
When do we start?
Today. Now, if you like.
Then we're a partnership. We should have a drink to celebrate.
Okay.
What do we have? Something fancy like a martini.
I gave those up with the stock market. How about a beer?
Oh, fine idea. A good solid beer, if I have it.
And I guess that's light out. And last, there's music in, there's Thanksgiving music in, the music's playing, the music's playing. You come on while the music's playing.
There. Okay.
Now turn that off.
You got your hands full with that turkey. Mrs. Driscoll, I got the plates. All right, everybody, come on in. We're ready.
Yeah, turn that off. Yes, turn it off. Now, Mother, I want you to sit next to me. And, well, what's the matter, Mother?
I'm not quite sure where I am.
Well, you're here, Mother, in your own dining room. This is your table, and here are your chairs, and here's the china you got on your trip to England, and here's the silver-handled carving knife, which Father used to use.
Oh, yes. Yes, but who are all these people? I'm not quite sure who all these people are.
It's me, Mother, Stuart, your son. And here's Fred, and Ben, and Nancy, and Beth. We're all here, Mother.
I'll go get the turkey. It'll help her to focus.
Yes. Mrs. Driscoll is here, Mother, right in the kitchen where she's always been. And your grandchildren, all the grandchildren were here. Don't you remember? They ate first at the children's table, and now they're out in the back playing touch football. You watch them, Mother.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and look, Mother, here's Nancy with the turkey. Put it right over there, Nancy. See, Mother? Isn't it a beautiful bird? And I'm going to carve it just the way Father did and give you a small piece of the breast and a dab of dressing, just as always, Mother.
Just as always.
And Fred will have the drumstick. Am I right, Fred? And Beth gets the wishbone. And Ben ends up with the Pope's nose. Am I right, Ben?
You bet.
Save some for Mrs. Driscoll.
Well, I always do, Nancy. Mrs. Driscoll likes the second joint.
Oh, this is all very nice, but I think I'd like to go home.
Well, you are home, Mother. You've lived here for 52 years.
54.
Forever.
Ben, pass this plate down to Mother.
Thank you very much, but I really do think that it's time to go.
Uh-oh.
Mother.
Oh, dear.
Mother, I'm Fred, your son.
Will someone drive me home, please? I live at 18 Summer Street with my mother and sisters.
But we do.
It's not there now, Mother. Don't you remember? We drove down. There's a big building there now.
Thank you. Thank you very much for asking, and thank you so much for having me to your house.
Fred, Mother, I'm Fred.
I said that already, didn't I?
Fred? That's you, Fred.
Mother, I'm Fred, your son. I've already said that before, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
know you said it in the wrong place.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, isn't that nice, dear? Thank you. Look, I've had a perfectly lovely time, and thank you so much. It's so kind. It's absolutely lovely. Thank you.
Quickly, let's sing to her.
Sing.
Thank you.
She likes singing. We used to sing whenever she'd get upset. Fred, Ben, quickly, over here.
Well, now I can't find my gloves. I can't leave without my gloves. Where are my gloves?
What song? I can't remember any of the songs.
Sure you can. Come on.
Oh, where are my gloves? Where's my hat? Where's my hat?
As the blackbird in the spring, 'neath the willow tree.
Sat and piped, I heard him sing.
Sing of Orally.
Orally made of golden hair.
Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air.
You know, my I love music. Every person in my family could play a musical instrument.
She's coming around. In thy blush the rose was born, music when you spake.
Through thine eyes her light the morn sparkling seemed to break.
Orally,
Orally
orally,
made a golden hair.
sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the
Oh, that was absolutely lovely.
Thank you, Mother.
Now, I really do have to go. It's getting very late. And would somebody please call my carriage? And would somebody else please try and find my gloves and my hat? I can't leave without my gloves and my hat. And it's getting very late. And my mother always worries if I'm not home in time for tea.
Look, Fred, Ben, we'll drive her down. We'll drive her down and show her everything. The new office complex where her house was, the entrance to the thruway, the new Howard Johnson's motel, everything. And she'll see that nothing's there at all.
I'll bring the car around.
I'll get her coat.
Yeah, I'm coming now.
We'll just have to go through the motions.
That was scary.
I know it.
I suddenly feel so precarious.
What could happen to us all?
Yeah, but it's as if we didn't exist. I mean, as if we were not, as if we were ghosts or something.
And
Even her own son, she walked right past them.
guess who passed right by us?
Yeah, you know what I'd like?
What?
A good stiff drink.
Oh, I'm with you.
I bet Mrs. Driscoll could use some too.
I bet she could.
Well, let's go ask her.
Mrs. Driscoll?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Let's go have a drink with Mrs. Driscoll, and then we'll dig into this turkey, and we'll help her with the dishes, and we'll figure out how to get to the rest of this goddamn bay.
And black. Good. Hello, come on back, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
We duck now? Or are
What's
you
that?
going to tomatoes later?
No, not at all. I am curious on how you thought, what your reaction was to how you did. I am curious about your reaction first. What do you think, John?
I thought a lot, I think it's rough at moments, and then a lot of really good things are happening and developing, and so that's exciting.
I agree with you. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. What about you, Vasily? You've done a good deal of work on this, if I'm not correct, right? You've put some good time in on this. It's a significant difference from last time, or you're fooling me really well. So
Apparently, I am being honest with you.
no, it just seemed like you'd made a lot more decisions than you had before.
I think I was coming up with all these decisions just right on the go.
All right.
Being honest with you.
Oh, good. No, I want you to be.
I was a little bit kind of not sure about what to wear, but it's a kind of a secondary thought.
Uh-huh.
So I was just, throwing things just right on the go because I never had any chance to think about it. Now I have to start thinking about it.
Okay, good. Well, there were a couple good visual decisions you made, so that was good. Anj and Mel, what do you guys?
I just wanna
Anj, what do
say
you?
it's great being right next to my closet here, so I can just pull things out.
Isn't it nice? Yes, but you'll have to have them even closer than that. Anj, what do you think?
I was discovering more stuff. I felt, unless it didn't come off that way, I felt freer tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I could go a long ways more, but
Well, you're always modestly going to say that, but I mean, I thought you made some really good decisions along with Mel too. Really good. I noticed a lot of really some new stuff the stuff between Vasily and Mel, I thought was, very spontaneous,
We've spent quite a bit of time. He's being very modest when he says he hasn't spent time. He's certainly spent time with me.
Okay, well, that's nice. That's nice.
Well, yeah.
James, what?
Well, sorry, Mel, I totally forgot about that. What's wrong with my memory?
We had one rehearsal where we were on cloud 9. It was just
Yeah.
so.
Well, you had some really great moments in that section. You really did. What about you, Cindy? What do you think?
I could have hoped. I'm still working on some sections of things. I think the one change was I tried to make the party lady, can't think of her name right now, a little more of a general. I don't know if it worked.
Yeah, it's working a little bit, but I can talk to you about that. There needs to be, I mean, both you and John need to put more threatening edges on your characters, when they threaten. Cindy, what is it? I'm trying to find a note to pull. Yeah, careful. All of a sudden she can change on a dime, and be this really raving sort of, really overly tough woman. All of these people have, are eccentric in their change in mood, especially some of your characters too, as well, John. I think one of the big notes that I have for you on the grandfather scene with Nick, I think, is I want you to fuck with your voice a little bit. You know what I mean? I want you to put a little bit more of a "Who are you?" as opposed to "Who are you?" I want you to gravel your voice just a little bit, age your voice a little. I think that'll help all the things. And he knows who he is, and he knows what everybody thinks about him, and they all think that he's a tough son of a bitch, and they love the idea and he loves the idea that everybody thinks he's a tough son of a bitch. So there's some joy in him being a tough son of a bitch and watching people react to that. I mean, those are just big notes coming off the top of my head. James, what about you?
What I was happy about was just I felt comfortable. I feel like I'm more and more comfortable on the lines. I'm still referring to my script in a few places, but and so because of that, I'm doing a better job of paying attention to my partner and listening and looking at their face. And and I like the goofball note for Ted.
Yeah,
but
the
I haven't.
apple that you added was great. I mean, that's exactly what you need. It's perfect.
I just want to figure out a way, if there is a way to introduce it sooner, because I feel like I like that for his character. I just I don't want them to figure that out at the end of the scene.
Yeah. Well, you could also make a little tiny donkey tail and pin it to your forehead, and I'll be the donkey, and then the thing would be waggling between, I mean, any of that, like anything that surprises me, I mean, like when you surprised me with the apple, it instantly worked. It could have been an acorn. It would have made, I mean, it showed that you were screwing around. So if you find some more stuff that allows you to screw around, it's exactly the right direction.
I'll keep pursuing that for sure.
Okay, good. Well, I think we're in pretty good shape, compared to last week. I think you guys have made some really good progress in what you're doing. I've got about 4 pages of notes here, so let me just start, right? These are just some ideas as we go through. James, I want to ask you, first of all, are you going to get a background? Is anybody who doesn't are you going to get a background, Cindy?
I'm going to send for the green screen that Mel has.
Great. And John, you have one. You just don't have it up tonight, right? And Vasily, do you have one or something?
I don't, but I'm going to get it soon.
Okay, good.
We'll talk. I have the second green screen that you could use. We'll work it out.
Great. Yeah. And you only need them by the time we start teching, but I just want to make sure that those backgrounds are in place, because it really does unify. If you guys look at a scene when we had 2 people just on screen with a background, they seem like they're from the same world, even if it's different colors. It just focuses everything on the actor, and that's what's so good about it.
I think I'm gonna get a blue one. Is that
That's
okay?
good. Sure.
You know,
blue's fine.
being honest with you, the blue ones looks much better on the screens for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Blue
blue
instead
on
of
the other
green?
side of this, so I.
Yeah, I have one too that's blue on one side, green on
Yeah,
the
that's
other.
what this is.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
blue,
Go.
I'll use the blue.
Blue's better. Yeah, I think
I
so
think I'm
too.
gonna get a blue one as well. They're cheap.
Oh,
Get the sheet.
where do you get blue? Because Mel gave me this link
It's,
to go
it's
to Amazon
blue-
to get green.
Cindy, it's blue on one side and green.
And green on the other.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah,
So I just
yeah.
have to turn it around.
Right. Okay. All right, cool. So here we go. James. Oh, James. So your very first thing, James, you should wear, if you could wear a suit, that would be great, or a sport coat and a top.
Okay.
When we can break it down later. Anj, what you have is great. Gravitate background. You know what I might do for Mel and Vasily is what's the first two lines of that scene? Who says the first line of the scene that you guys have?
Dining room,
The dining room.
the dining room.
Yeah, keep going.
Yes,
Notice how we gravitate to this dining room.
I know it.
Then that's when I'll probably bring in your pictures so that when you say the dining room, we'll keep that placard up of the really good Victorian dining room. So it digs us in a little bit deeper. So I just wanted to see if that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Good. Okay, Vasily, remember you're a businessman. So when you say let's draw lots. You know, it's like, okay, if this doesn't work, okay, good. The dam is broken. Okay, let's block the dam off. That, you know what I'm saying? He's just all about business and knows how to do it. So make it, okay, let's draw lots. So make it a business idea. Okay.
We'll draw lots then. Go
Yeah, yeah.
to the rooms taking
Yeah.
taking turns.
No, you're just kind of going, we'll draw lots then. In other words, it's got to be a specific thing that will solve the problem. That's what
We'll draw lots then.
Yes.
Go through the rooms taking turns.
Bingo, 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 bingo. So I think like a coat, a sport coat with an open tie would be great for you here.
Okay.
All right, like you're in the middle of the day, you have to go to a business meeting, you're dropping in here, and what Mel has is great. Give the old, what is the line, Mel, that you have, give the old stuff or something like that?
I'd give our old stuff to Debbie.
Yeah. It sounds like you're explaining that instead of telling, I give our old stuff to Debbie. You know, I mean, in other words, she's trying to come up with cogent reasons that will somehow affect him as opposed to a casual reason.
Okay.
Neither one of you are, I think, are being casual about the decisions that you make. I think both of you are calculating. She does shipping. What is it? So does she. So does she. So does she. What is that?
So does shipping into Denver.
Yeah. What's the go 3 lines before that line and read them for me with in character, Mel and Vasily.
I don't want to fight. Which hand?
I don't know where you are.
It's toward the end of the scene.
Page 10, top.
I think he wants before that, doesn't he?
Mm,
No,
I
what
want
would the-
so does shipping it to Denver. I want 3 or 4 lines before so does shipping it to Denver.
Oh.
you mean you want 2 dining rooms? No, just read that before. It's page 9 bottom.
No. Okay, I see it. Are you planning to put it in storage?
Yeah.
I checked on that. It costs an arm and a leg.
So does shipping it to Denver.
Keep going.
I know what'll happen if you win.
Good. Because so
What?
you see, I want a little bit more of a taking what the other person suggests and using it against them. You see what I'm saying? Go back to the beginning and see how that works. And here we go. Who comes up with the first
Planning on
idea?
putting it in storage.
Yeah. Go.
I might.
I checked on that. Costs an arm and a leg.
So does shipping it to Denver.
I know what'll happen if you win.
Good, good. Now I want you guys just to up the argument just a little bit at each stage. You know what I mean? So that you're holding on to a little bit of the angst from the line before, so that the next line that comes over has that angst that was left behind and adds some new angst to it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's what we talk about a lot in follow through, right? Hold on to what you got and let it follow through and take you where it's going. Pick it up from that line again.
Are you planning on putting it in storage?
I might.
I checked on that, costs an arm and a leg.
So does it ship into Denver?
I know what'll happen if you win.
Yeah, you
What?
see, I know what'll happen if you win. In other words, now you really got to up this one, Mel. In other words, it's got to be much more direct. Like, oh, don't fuck with me. I know what'll happen if you win. This is gonna, you see how that ups the argument just a little bit?
Okay.
Hang on to what you left behind and see where it takes you in the future. One more time, same spot.
Are you planning on putting it in storage?
I might.
I checked on that, costs an arm and a leg.
So does shipping it to Denver?
I know what'll happen if you win.
What?
You'll end up selling it.
Selling it?
That's what'll happen. Oh, it'll kick around for a while, but in the end, you'll call a furniture dealer.
Oh, I'm absolutely amazed you'd say
I
that.
don't want to fight, Arthur.
Neither do I.
Well then,
Maybe we should defer the dining room.
Good, yeah, that's great. You see how that leads you into, I don't want to fight, Arthur, and you
Yes.
are fighting, right?
I
I
know.
don't, we are doing what we don't want to do, and there in fact is the humor, and that's how
Yeah.
it's got to lead in. You got to up each other on the argument each
Yeah.
time. You got to
Yeah.
hear that person's argument and use it against them. Use their energy against them too.
good.
Don't want to first too much. So, I don't, yeah, great. That naturally happened. That's great. Okay, I got that. Okay, John, I think I've given this note to you a couple times. I still want you, would you say hello, Lizzie Boo, to me like I am God? You know, like I am God and a child, you know, I mean, like I'm Tinkerbell or something, like I am the most special thing in the world. Go.
Hello, Lizzie Boo.
Okay, and I even want you to change, hello, my Lizzie Boo. I want you to change your whole tone when you talk to your favorite little girl. It's not only going to help you in the discussion that you're going to later have with your son, who you're holding to a higher standard, who you're always going to hold to a higher standard than your daughter. And so I really, that she's fun to play with and that you have a playful side. I want to see that this really overly strict man, and you are an overly strict man, not in our contemporary sense and not in a 1938 sense, but in a contemporary sense, you are a very overly strict man. I want you to go back. Remember, it's 1938. So strict in 1938 is different than strict in 2020. All right, so try that one more time again. Here we go.
So why
From
don't
hello, just give me a hello, Lizzie Boo.
Oh, it's yes. Good morning, Lizzie Boo.
Yo, my little buddy. Oh, no, don't do that. Yeah, it's exactly, John. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, it is. It should be fun. It should be like she is the person who brings you the most joy in your life. And you can see how he reveres women over men in his life.
Charlie and I.
Yeah, here you go. Great. All right. John and Mel, I said provided. Cindy, yeah.
I messed the lines up. Sorry, John.
Yeah, right. All right. So then when you say, I said provide, in other words, so when you correct your daughter, it's not going to be like you correct your son. Right? Okay, so I just want to follow through on that. Cindy, in the very beginning, your photo popped up there, your voice only in this scene, right?
Okay, at one point when she brings in the cream, it said enters leaves. You still want me to do that off stage when I'm saying, here's your cream?
No, I think you just say, here's your cream from off stage, and John will pick up and grab it because
Okay.
it's not worth a whole flash on the screen and then flash off. It's just not worth it.
That's fine.
Not that you aren't worth it, Cindy. It's just the process. The Zoom process is not worth it.
Oh, I know
yeah.
it's not personal. Okay.
if there was a war, okay? If there was a war, I think that equals your mood when you start the morning. I think for some reason today, and we all know what this is like. We all know exactly what this is like, is to wake up every day and turn on the news and know that there's worse shit headed our way than the shit we've already been through. That is just a perfect metaphor. And I've got to get that. Not if there's a war, not if there's a fucking war, right? You know, not if it, and it's got to have, he's got to have that edge to him, right? It manifests itself in how he deals with his young son, but it also manifests itself in the thing that's happening emotionally to him that he has no control over, that starts the scene, which is, you've seen the headline today.
Right.
And you know it's an inch closer.
Mhm.
And God knows we know what that is. I mean, my Lord. Vasily, can you give us a test? Can you give us a test, Dad? Like, that's the greatest fucking thing in the world.
Mhm.
You see, and then the reversal will be wonderful. Can you give us a test, Dad?
Can you give us a test? Can you give us a test, Dad?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that'd be the greatest fucking thing in the world. And then this is where you get your reversal, John, right? Look, was that a crack? You know, and I mean, I think you really go hard at him. I have to, that's what I'm saying is, let his extremes be greater, okay? Not only because of the mood he wakes up in, but because of who he's talking to. Allow your extremes to be greater. And I pass this note along to Cindy when I get to her as well, for the general running the party, you know, is don't be, let me pull you back. Let me tell you you're being too tough, all right? Don't sneak up on the toughness. Grab the toughness and let me pull you back so that I know that we're connected.
Okay.
John, was that mood changes? Don't, yeah, and I put, don't round your choices with this man, John. Don't round your choices. Keep them a sharp edge. He's a sharp edged kind of guy. Okay, so on the newspaper bits, it needs to be simply this, all right? So before any newspaper dialogue happens, John opens his newspaper up and is like this. And then Vasily goes, his line, can I have a piece of the newspaper, Dad? Right? Okay. And actually, John, when you're here, if when you open it up, you could take it and you could fold it and you could fold it one more time so that we watch that. And at the end of the folding process, Vasily goes, can I have a piece of the newspaper? He goes, sure. And then you just hand him the sports section.
Mhm.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Vasily, you watch him do that thing. And so as soon as you get the sports section, you take it, bring it up here, fold it in half and fold it there. So, and then that's all done visually.
Mhm.
Okay. That's hopefully, I think that's going to work, but I've never seen it come close to even know if it's going to, but next time we do it, I'd love to see it come closer.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just trying to, I just have to find in the script where that is.
Newspaper bit. It's after, was that a crack?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Dad, can I read the funnies? That's what it is. It's after Lizzie goes and I say, run, run.
Yeah, and then you pull your
Right.
paper up and do the whole folding bit. And then when you do the folding bit, Vasily goes, can I have a piece of paper? You go, sure. And you keep reading, John. And then when he gets the bit, he does the half fold, he does the quarter fold. And then what's the next line?
I say certainly,
Yeah, you give him the paper, certainly. He
certainly
does
you may. Yeah.
He does the folding bit. What's the next line?
This won't mean much to you, but the government is systematically ruining this country.
Exactly. That's great. And that happens when he gets his quarter fold. And it comes right off of you keeping your focus there. And I think if you keep your focus right on the paper, John, and when Vasily is done, he goes like that, and you can hear that paper, and that's his cue to you that you're ready for the next cue. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, we have to work that out and rehearse that.
Okay, good. I think you should have if you have a teacup, John, that would be better than a coffee mug.
Yeah, I will. I'll get a teacup.
Okay, great. Vasily. Oh, Vasily, I had a really interesting idea for the kid. You sort of gave it to me. Take your hair, put it back a little further, would you? Right there. Wait a minute. Right now, now frame yourself, and when you let go of your hair, frame yourself. Now, when you frame yourself so that I don't see the top of your head, that I only see you like this. Yeah. I like that framing for this kid. The other kid is better with the hat on, the full framing, but this makes you look younger. And please, when we do this, I need you to shave about a half an hour before the show. So that you are, the little kids with the 5 o'clock shadow don't work so good. Okay. Because I mean, your beard grows like the next moment, doesn't it, Vasily?
Not really.
Oh, good. All right. Well, then an hour before you do. Kid framing. All right, good. So frame yourself that way for the kid. John, I see you in a suit for this, or a suit looking top and tie, right? This is dad just before he goes to work, right? So I think he's formal. I think that'll tie into what you're doing. And if you had another pair of glasses that were a little more period, that would be cool in that scene. Let's see which one. You have two, right? Yeah, I like those a little bit better.
Well, I did switch them around. Well, I used these for Stuart. I changed these for Stuart, but I could
Okay.
use them for the father also.
Yeah, I think so. Good. Let's see, Mom, easily pleasant. Mom, you came in a little early.
I know. I did.
Okay, just
I-
wanted to mention that. Okay, Mel. Mel, you don't have a little bell at your house, do you? Like a service bell, ding, 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 ding.
Oh shoot, I just gave it away.
Did you? Shit.
But I think I gave it to my grandson, so maybe he hasn't broken it yet.
So maybe this is what I'm thinking for your is ding, ding. You know how the old typewriters used to have that little bell?
Oh.
And I think that might help set the time period too. If we could do that, if we can, it's not the end of the world. It's just an
Maybe she
idea.
could take a glass and tap it with a spoon.
Yeah, that could work
Or
too.
a glass.
Yeah.
might do it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be a lot of fun. And until James, you hear two dings, then you won't say a word. You can watch until you hear two dings. James. So are you just gonna sit there? Are you just gonna sit there? I want you to I want to change the dynamic of your voice a little bit for this guy. I want it to be sharper, more curt. You know what I'm saying? Not in your tone, just like I asked John Sanudo to rough up his voice a little bit for that grandpa. I want you to make his voice just a little bit more annoying. Does that make sense? Unmute yourself. That'll help a lot on the vocal.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, I hear sharper, curt, so that makes me think like more aggressive. Is it more aggressive? I mean, not aggressive like violent, but just about getting through to her.
Close-minded.
Closed-minded.
Curt, closed-minded. There's one way to do it. And I would be sharp. What's your first couple lines?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I forgot my briefcase. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
So more challenging. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you.
All right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, Mel, you hold the mats up. What are they're lace mats that you're holding up, right?
Yes.
What's the line? Give me the lines that refer to that. Would the two of you give me the lines, run through the lines that refer to that?
Let me get it right. Something like, I'll get something else if you want.
Yeah, and then
You're not going to use those mats.
Yeah,
Of course I would, yes.
Those are good mats.
those are lace mats. Change good to lace.
Okay.
All right, because we have to acknowledge that that's it, and it makes a lot more sense. So you're just going to add the word lace.
Got it. I love it.
Okay. Yep. This is a really good scene. I gave it a check plus plus. My last note to you in this scene is what's your last note? Like, get the fuck out of here, whatever it is, Howard. What is it what's your line, Mel?
Oh, my line?
Yeah.
Just let me get my, oh, it's not funny, I can't do it just on the fly. Let me get this done, Howard. Let me get a good degree and my master's degree and a good job so I can be out of here every day.
Yeah. Again, so like you've been holding back saying what you've really felt all the way through this thing. And if you want to continue holding it back, even up to that point, you've sort of got to say that line through your teeth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Oh. Great. Cindy, background light. Yeah. Anj. Hey, Anj. So this is Grace and Carolyn. So are you in the scene before Grace and Carolyn? What is the scene right before?
That was no, that's
No, that
me.
was Ellie and Howard.
Good. So you have time to maybe pigtail your hair or something like that? Or,
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That would be
Okay,
great because
great.
a little younger, a little more immature. Somebody
Okay,
not really hot about boys yet, you know.
okay,
Kind of a, that's it. Kind of a little nerd.
yeah.
Because she'd rather go with her grandmother to see a play than go down. Yeah, a little more nerdy.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
All right. So Cindy, make sure you're not talking down to her. Make sure you're always challenging her. You know what I'm saying? A couple of times, it's just a couple of times, and I don't have specific notes. I just want to make sure you know what I'm talking about. Is talking down to somebody is like they're really stupid. You know, it's like, no, honey, these are the general. No, honey, these are the general assemblies. People, in other words, that you're using the reality of it as not talking to her like, no, honey, the general assembly, like you're so stupid you don't know this.
Even when I say well, you're obviously not old enough to make an intelligent decision line.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, you're obviously not old. I mean, I think there's a little bitterness in that.
Okay.
All right. Okay, good. So there's more of an urgency rather than talking down to her. What drives the scene is the urgency of getting her to make that decision. Okay. Because and I think you know her, that the sooner you can get, the less she thinks, the more chance you have of giving what you want.
Yeah.
Don't let this child think. Are there any parents who've ever thought that before? Do not give this child time to think of an answer.
Okay.
Please. Okay. And this thing, the General Assembly is what I'm talking to John about, is a threat. It's a threat. What is the General Assembly line? She says, what is the line? Well, maybe I won't go. Or is that it? Or,
maybe I'll skip all, well, that's the whole, that's silly. Oh, that's nonsense.
okay, what's the threat? The General Assemblies. What's that? When does that first come up?
Actually, you do realize on the first day of the junior assemblies, everyone gets acquainted. Yes, it gets everything off on the right foot.
Right. Make that, now try that line and make it threaten her with that.
Okay.
Try.
You do realize that on the first day of the junior assemblies, everyone gets acquainted.
Really?
Oh, yes, it starts everything off on the right foot.
Oh,
I
yes, it
didn't
starts
know that.
everything off on the right foot. In other words, don't lighten it up. You're going, oh, yes, it starts everyone else on the wrong foot. And you're lightening it up on the edge. Keep the edges sharp so that it's mother fighting for what she wants and daughter fighting for what she wants. And there's an edge to both of them as well. I mean, what mother and daughter get along at this age? This is usually when mothers and daughters split. There's a great Harry Chapin song called Tangled Up Puppet.
Tangled Up Puppet, yeah.
That's what this song is to this character, Cindy. Grab that song and listen to that song because you don't understand it. Your little girl has been the closest thing to you your whole life. You've done everything you could for this little girl, everything you possibly could. And she's starting to not want to be with you. She'd rather be with your aunt. And that's a really painful thing for a mother to go through.
I think it's more about not wanting to be at the junior assemblies, don't you? Rather than wanting to be with her aunt over her mother.
No, I think it's much more about wanting to deal with what your agenda is and not your sister's agenda, who you just see as really fucked up. Your sister's really fucked up.
Okay.
It's my agenda over my sister's, and you can't possibly want to go with my sister's agenda. Of course you want to go here. Well, listen, it's fighting for what your agenda and not her going with her sister, because she's pulling away from you, and this is a further pull.
Got it.
Okay. It's really painful. I mean, Terry tells me about what she went through with her daughter, and actually sometimes it hangs on for quite a few years, that sort of separate. And then the child finally matures, sometimes late in life, late 20s, early 30s. That's how long it took her daughter. And then they start realizing that their mother's a human being. and all of a sudden
300 years. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Okay, great. All right. Good. And you started that monologue, the long monologue at the end, beautifully. It was absolutely some of your best work right there. And then, you just didn't know the lines well enough to follow it through. But boy, the launch you did on that was great. And if you look at the playback, you'll see the launch is great. And then you sort of ran out of line skills.
Well, no, what I was trying to do was the thing you had suggested, where she's doing this and says, oh my God, what am I doing? Because she doesn't know what she's going to say when it comes to the sex thing. That's what I was trying to do with that. I do know the whole line thing.
Oh yeah. No, what I'm saying is the reason the character gets to that moment when she realizes she can't say the next word is that she's sort of unconsciously there saying things that she probably should. And then she all of a sudden, we've all been saying things and we realize what we just said. How am I going to get out of this? So that it's an emotional talk. And then it's interrupted by an intellectual thought, which is, that's when you have to make the adjustment, but it's directly emotional. Right?
Okay.
Nice to see you, Bill. You're off screen.
Am I? Where did I go?
Yeah, look, Terry Darber.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Okay. All right. Here we go. John Moore. Next thing I got is you can't argue. All right. What's the next scene? Is it under the tape? What is it? No, it's not under the
Okay,
table.
Michael.
On and now.
Michael and Aggie.
Oh, good. So, John, is it possible on Michael that you will be able to do this one, know this so well you won't need glasses for this at all? Unmute yourself, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, good. All right, that'll be great.
it's just that I won't be able to see her well, but it's okay.
Okay. I'm just saying, unless you had a really goofy pair of kids' glasses, you just look, I'm just trying, you put your stupid little kid face on. I love you to death instantly. And then the wire. Yeah. Give me a little. Yeah. See, that's just, see, I'm laughing already. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. But the glasses get in the way of this character. I'm sorry to say. My mother said you want to leave us. My mother said you want to leave us. That's early in the scene, right, John?
Yeah, and I think I kind of got something happened that I didn't realize that was coming. I don't remember what happened at that point that I did it, but go ahead.
All right, and
Yeah.
you realize that that's the whole reason you came downstairs, is that you waited and waited and waited for her, and then, maybe my mother's right. Maybe she is going to leave us, and so that's what you're coming down to that scene with, that question on your mind. So it's not a question of the moment; it's the question of why you came down. Rude interrupt.
I
So-
left lines out. I think that's what happened, John. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I think I didn't say because I thought you were sleeping.
Good. So Mel, the main thing that I want you to focus on, because you know this character so well, is I want her to listen a little bit more to all the subtleties in his voice. I want you to be able to listen to him.
Okay.
And there are little things that he says that you know are cute that I'm feeling that you're reacting to the cuteness before actually the cuteness has emerged. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like you anticipating how he's going to react as opposed to act. I think that's where I came up with the actual listening note. Okay. Can Mel and John, can you do the can't section? Yes, I can. No, I can't. It's toward the end of the scene. Can and can't. You can find where that is.
I want
The
to say it's the bottom
maybe-
of 23.
Good. So
About-
read me a couple lines into that.
Oh, that's okay. So when will you be going then, Ag?
I don't honestly know where you are.
Bottom of page 23.
Ah, okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
Can you give it to me again, John?
When will you be going then, Ag?
As soon as your mother can find someone else.
She can't find anyone, Aggie.
Oh, she will. She will.
She says she can't. They keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair.
Good. So John, the can'ts need to sound more like knows. There's no, she can't find anyone. I mean, there's no fucking way she could find that. Right? They've got to be stronger can'ts. Okay. There's just no fucking way that can happen. Start it again. Let me hear that. And then hang on to that, John, and let's see where it takes us, because keep going past it and go.
When will you be going then, Ag?
As soon as your mother can find someone else.
She can't find anyone, Aggie.
Oh, she will. She will.
She says she can't. They keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair.
Yeah, so that even up it a little more, John. She says she can't. They keep in other words, really argue this kid, right? And what this is gonna do, John, is create the momentum for the really hurtful, painful bitterness that he has to go through at the end of the scene. He's got to get through the cranky stage before he can have that little vulnerable thing. And I want you to go for it. Try it again, same spot. See where it takes you.
When will you be going then, Ag?
As soon as your mother can find somebody else.
She can't find anyone, Aggie.
Oh, she will. She will.
She says she can't. They keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair. So you gotta stay, Ag. You can't just leave people in the lurch.
I'll stay until you go away for the summer.
You're gonna get married, aren't you, Ag?
Ooh, maybe.
That guy you told me about from church?
Good. So John, now if you hold on to what you built into that and put it in, you're gonna get. In other words, I know what you're fucking up to, because you can't. I know what you're up to. You're gonna get, so that it's. What I'm trying to do is to generate the beginning of the energy that allows you get to the end of the scene. So I'm not just asking you to do something at the end of the scene. I'm trying to get you to develop it. So start it again and let it keep making you more angry. With every response she comes out with angers you just a little more because it's wrong. And try it again.
From the top of what we just did?
Yes, please.
Yeah. When will you be going then, Ag?
As soon as your mother can find someone else.
She can't find anyone, Aggie.
Oh, she will. She will.
She says she can't. They keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair. So you gotta stay, Ag. You can't just leave people in the lurch.
I'll stay until you go away for the summer.
You're gonna get married, aren't you, Ag?
Maybe.
That guy you told me about from church?
Maybe.
You're gonna have children. You will. I know you will. You're gonna have a boy of your own. Will you come back to see us?
Oh my, yes.
You won't, Ag.
Good. And even John, you're right on. Will you come back to see us? Because I don't think you're gonna. Right? Because I'm gonna be nothing once you have your own kid. I love that. That's exactly right, John. Just keep it moving right into there. You see how that, how oftentimes I talk about a director will give you a a direction of where you want something to be at a certain point. And what I want is that really bitter pain hurt at the very end of this, but you can't just stack it on. You got to start it earlier, and then it'll happen more naturally for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, next scene, plans, first move, and focus. Yeah, so Vasily, the architect scene. So the very first part of the architect scene is you need this prop and you need to open it up, and then you need to put it down, and then you need to get up and refer to it the way you're doing it. But I need to see those plans first of all so that it launches it in the right direction. Okay. Okay. Very good decisions in this piece, Vasily. Really good, even though you're just making them today, whatever. Vasily, before, never mind, into finish. The key is you got to hold on to what is it? What do you say never mind to? It's toward the end of the scene, but
when he's talking about his story. Man, it was brutal. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father did that. He says, "Go on." Never
I tell him
mind.
yes.
yeah. And so that little moment before you say never mind, right, is you realizing that you are spilling stuff that you've never spilled to anybody before in your life, right?
Mhm.
So that when you have that reason, then you go, oh, never mind. You're still cranky about it. And I want you to hold on to that crankiness to take you right through to the end of the scene. Again, that's where the anger at the end of the scene can really work, but it can't be pasted on. It has to start right. You're angry at yourself for saying this. You're angry what you just might have revealed. Take it from there and take it to the end of the scene. Let me see. Just give me 2 lines before never mind, right into your confession.
Okay. And my mother said here, and my sister here, and I sat right here. Oh, it all comes back.
Do you want to tell me about it?
It was torture. That's all. Those endless meals, waiting to begin, waiting for the dessert, waiting to be excused so they couldn't lean on you anymore.
Was it that bad?
Man, it was brutal. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father.
Go on.
Never mind.
But
The point is,
never mind.
Doctor,
Yeah. So when you say that, never mind, you know, just like fuck it, right? And that's what I want you to take through to the end of the scene. I don't want you to blunt that.
Okay,
Does that
can I try once again that?
Please do.
Man, it was brutal. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father.
Go on.
Never mind. The point is, Doctor, it's time to get rid of this room. Tell you frankly, I'm not interested in screwing around with any more maid's room. I can't do this in my sleep. What I want is the chance to get in here so I can open up your whole ground floor. Now, what do you say?
I have to think about it.
Okay, fine. Take your time. Tell you what, I'll send you my bill for the work I've done so far.
Good. And I'll send you mine.
Good. Tell you what, I'll send you my bill for what I've done so far, and I want you to take a good, and I'll send you mine. Okay. Right? So that you take advantage of that energy. All right.
Okay.
Again, acting has so much to do, guys, with taking advantage of the energy that's offered you. You know, that's where the listening with a point of view comes in. That's how it applies to this. If I'm listening with a point of view and I'm with it all the way, when it comes back to me, I got to take advantage of that energy that's coming my way and see where it takes me, right? That's where that happens, is you're taking it in, and then it naturally comes out better. Okay. Party scene. My little retarded children did so well today. I'm very proud of you all. Very proud of it. I'm really, so ice cream and cake. Here's a couple of threats, Cindy. It's okay, then I'm just gonna have to, you know, cancel the ice cream and cake. That's the threat. Another threat is,
That was part of the kitchen and put away all the ice cream and cake.
yeah, that's gotta be a real threat. No, don't tell. When you tell, that's a threat too. You know, that's what I'm saying is kids are so impacted by, you see, you're distracted giving a party. So what you're trying to do is to take care of this kid shit really quick so you can get back to this really good shit with James that you're trying to figure out. And then this, okay, I'm in a hurry. I'm going to get through this. And then we're back to James. Yeah, right. And we have those two different energies. Okay, great. Again, just the same note as John. Do not be afraid to sharpen your edges when characters are making strong decisions. I would rather pull you back than have you creep up on it, because when you creep up on it, it's always do a little more, and then you go, oh God, I'm not doing enough, I suck. Do a little more, oh God, I really suck, I'm not. Just go there and then I'll back you off. All right. Okay. Remember the bit that you did so well last week? The head of the table was to your right, and then so-and-so sat here and here and here, right? Right. That worked so well last week.
But you sit at the head of the table. You sit next to her, boy, girl, boy.
Girl.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Your entrance was a little bit early, James. Do you realize that?
Yeah,
there's my dad and you're not on yet. And then all of a sudden, bang, it appears and and then she goes, hi. And it is like an all of a sudden appearance. It's great.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was early.
Okay. Jim and James and Cindy, the very beginning is really interesting. I like the idea that you're whispering. I like that idea of a whisper. Let's just keep it like this. You know, so there's a difference between, hey kids, and what do you think's really going to happen? I don't know. What do you really think? So it'll add a little bit of suspense to it. So I like that. The whispering should be established really immediately at the beginning, and then it can gradually fade out to a little less of a whisper as you go along. But I think it's funnier in the very beginning, especially to use a whisper tone, or as we say in Italian, the sotto voce. JNC focus. Okay, and
words lately.
Let me see what James, would you look right into your camera's lens right now? Are you looking right into it there? Cindy, will you look right into your camera lens? Good. That is your kid focus. Anytime you're talking to the kids, you go, all right, kids, now just calm down, so that you always got a place to go, focus right on that camera when you're talking to the kids. And then you can be loosey-goosey in a normal conversation, but, and Pinky, be quiet. In other words, I'm always going right back to that tight camera focus. Okay. We're going to have to go over, if we have time, the 1 through 10 section again. I want to go over that.
I know that Cindy was saying her lines, but the kids were, I heard the kids, but I didn't hear her lines. I was just guessing.
I didn't hear Cindy either. I never heard any of Cindy's lines throughout that whole section. I don't know what was happening.
Wow, I heard
I heard a lot of the kids. I didn't hear James a lot.
I didn't hear Cindy at all, and occasionally I heard James. Yeah.
I swear to God, I was saying them.
I thought you had muted yourself for a moment.
I at a certain point I saw because she was on my screen, she was small, but I could see that she was moving out. But anyway, so I just started saying the lines, but it was not responding to anything that I heard.
Wow.
Wow, Cindy, I heard absolutely everything. Otherwise, me, I would have been all over it.
I swear to God, I was talking.
Well, I saw that you were talking. There was it was a technical.
Unless what I'm thinking, maybe the children, somebody's jumping. Maybe somebody's coming in and talking too soon, and we're not giving Cindy enough time to get her line out. That I don't know, because if somebody starts talking too soon, it's going to cancel out the other person's voice. I don't know.
Anyway, what we'll do is we'll go back over that section.
Okay.
I guarantee it. James, I think a really good thing to you would be a hat. Like a
Party hat.
Party hat?
No, not a party hat. No, he's coming from someplace else. And he's so like a baseball hat, whatever. A baseball kind of hat. And
We
then
also talked about like a polka dot bow tie or something.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Because he's the goofball with a polka dot bow tie.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
It's
Nice.
from Woodstock.
Yeah. You see, and then when you're acting goofy, you can take it and you can put it to the side. You can flip the front up. You can, yeah, exactly. I guess we'll just have to,
Funny
this
thing
would
happened to me on the way to the party today.
Yeah, this would be funny. Would be, I guess I'll just have to be a good boy and just turn the hat and up. You know what I mean? So that it gives you something else to fuck around with.
Good. I
Okay.
dig it.
Okay, I'm digging you too. What's it? To react to? Yeah, make sure that you guys, everybody reacts to Mel's solo. Happy birthday to me, and all the kids and everybody can react to that. Okay, so you can take them a little moment to that because it's such a cute moment. Good idea, Syracuse. Play good little boys and girls. Yeah. I guess I'll just have to be a good little boy and girl. I mean, that would do something goofy on that. Good idea. So realize, James, that you think Syracuse is a great idea.
Okay.
It's Cindy that doesn't think it's such a great idea, and then she talks you out of it. But if you don't think it's a great idea, then you two almost sound in agreement from the beginning. It should, we could go to Syracuse. I have a brother there. Like, this is a great, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Actually, if you make it more of an epiphany in the moment, I think it'll allow that to happen a little better.
Okay. What about so I mean, I give it up. It's a great idea, but I give it up.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Well, I mean, you see the dialogue leads you in that direction. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. It's like, yeah.
Okay.
And the good idea
I'm
is
with you.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever had a good idea and have somebody talk you out of it?
Never.
Go, all right. We'll do it your way.
Never.
Never happens, especially with when you're married. That never happens when you're married. Okay. Kids party focus. Play good little boys and girl. Be good. Okay, I got that. All right, good. Oh yeah, the very end. What's the very last line of that scene?
We're coming.
We're coming. And then James, I want you to go. And that'll be the black. Yeah.
We'll work on that a lot.
Yeah. I have experience. I have donkey experience, so that's why I'm so good at it.
Experience being an ass.
Yes, I have. Yes, and everybody told me so. Vasily, I love the hat for the character that you picked. That's great. What's the name of the school again? That he's going to, that he tells Gramps?
I'll tell you. St. Luke's School in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Okay. Oh God, St. Luke's School in where? Litchfield, Connecticut, right? And your hat is a big H, right?
Oh, where is it?
Is there a saint that begins with H? Anybody, any Catholics handy? Any saint that we know of that begins with H? St. Luke's?
Horatio?
Saint Horatio? Is there a Saint Horatio?
Horace?
Is there a Saint Horatio?
I don't know. I'm going to go on a Catholic thing. All I'm trying to do is to come up with another name that the H makes even more sense. So anyway, that's all I'm thinking. Good, John. And this is the scene where I want you to try for the gruffer voice. Vasily, even actually have a paper when he goes, what school do you want to go? And then you have a little piece of paper in your hand. You go, St. Luke's School for whatever it is that you're reading it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I didn't even have to see the paper. I just need to know that I give you permission to read a line. That's the one I want you to read.
St. Luke's School in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. I tried to memorize that, but I just couldn't get it all. John, here's what I'm talking about is the enjoyment of his power when he goes something and you go, they decided, huh? Knowing those kids, that's what I'm saying is, oh boy, I can just see those morons fighting over who's going to come tell me. You know what I mean? It's that sense that you enjoy. Here's another little thing. So you say, I see, and then he makes a suggestion, and you go, and. In other words, I want you to up the ands as if to say, well, that can't be enough reason. And what's enough? Yeah. Okay. So that you build that a little more. Oh, and here's a great note for you, John. From I didn't go away. You know what that speech, I didn't go away.
Yeah.
If you can learn that speech and just keep talking, don't ever wait for one of Vasily's cues. And let Vasily have to get him in if he can or overlap. But once you start that, if you never stop, it's just like my grandfather just used to tell story after story, and you couldn't stop him. And it's funnier that way. No. Oh, yeah. Hey, Vasily. Take the hat off on no, Graham. No.
No, Graham.
Yeah, right. Like you're giving it away, right? And then you can slowly either play with the hat or whatever, and then put it back on during his long speech, which will keep you more active during that long speech. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
There's a Saint Helena.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, great. What is it? So it'll be St. Helena School for. So Vasily, I want you to change the name of the school to St. Helena.
Oh, St. Helena. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a hat before he's been there? He already had
sure.
a hat.
Oh, yeah. You always get the crap before you go to the school.
But you wouldn't have a boys' school with a female saint.
Yep.
All right, just stick with St. Luke's. Fuck it. Just stick with St. Luke's. All right. Cardboard. Oh yeah. So James, what Anj did with her cardboard roof for the table was great. Yeah. You just need to do that too, because you start underneath and then we can play with it. But for the most part, Anj, when you were there, the thing was held up and it was over your head. Stay further away until you get under the table. And then when you get under the table, come closer to the screen. That'll help create that illusion.
Okay.
Okay. And then when James has his, he'll be under the table the whole time until the very end. And we'll play with that next time visually.
Okay.
All right. First look, Andre, loose. Make the very first loose support like right above your head, straight up. The very first time you refer to anything, make it straight up, because you've got right and you've got left, and the two of you are very well coordinated. But the very first one should be like almost over both of your heads.
When I say, look at this.
Yeah, look at this. Right, and it's right up, right. Yeah, right above, and then Anj looks up too.
Okay.
Okay.
There is a ton of saints starting with an H. There's a Saint Henry.
Oh,
there's Saint Heracles.
There's also Saint Humulus of Bisaniano.
Yeah, Herodias.
Saint Henry
Let's make it Saint Henry. I love that. That's easy. It's easy for Russian to say too. Saint Henry.
Saint Hank.
All right, great. Also, Anj, say Wilkes-Barre, because everybody pronounces that city wrong.
Wilkes-Barre?
Yeah, as if it's Barrie. That's how everybody mispronounces that city.
Okay, Wilkes-Barre.
Because I lived there for a while in the summers for 10 years.
Okay.
James, I used to be a fucking stockbroker. You know, in other words, I want to feel that negative side. I used to be a fucking, I had this and geez, I hated that one.
Right? Yes, good thing you didn't meet me then.
Right.
I would have been miserable.
Yeah, and then so like when she says something and you go, no, a screw, right? No, a screw. And then what's your reaction, Anj?
Well, uh, right, right. How about another one over here?
And he says, what's your reaction to when he says a screw? Not a nail, a screw. What do you say?
Well, I say, all right, all right.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. And
He
so
says, how about another one?
Yeah. So I want, what about a screw? And you go, all right. You know, like,
Oh, okay.
oh, I
Okay.
see.
All
Thank you.
right,
Right.
all right, thank you. Yeah,
And then you say a wedge. Hey, I can do it too.
right.
I can fuck,
Oh.
right? It's subtly saying that. So, okay.
All right.
All right. I love you guys. J and A, drink. What is the?
Oh, I
Beer, martini.
Oh yeah, yeah. So how about a little, martini? Like that's because like you're feeling romantic and
all right.
yeah, right. And then he goes, no, how about a beer? And then what's your reaction to that?
Fine.
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah. In other words, so
I
you
got it.
completely change character in the moment of a drink offering.
Okay.
How about a little martini? Huh? That would be good to screw and wedge with, wouldn't it? A little
Right.
martini. So it's got to have that feeling to it. All right. I'm going to ask Allie. We're going to try to find a place. I really want to try to put mom's picture in the middle of all of you, and I want to figure out how Allie can do all that. John, again, your enjoyment of being master of ceremonies, and all of you again have to have that. No, we'll take care of this. This is not a problem. I can solve this.
Oh,
Especially John's character really thinks he can solve all of this. And then Cindy, when they leave, it's like, oh Christ, wasn't that? And you're right on the computer. Just do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wasn't that something? You know what I mean? You know what I need? I need a good
Yeah.
drink, right? And so that you feel that weight of what has just happened.
how long do you want me to wait to say that? Because they're all getting coats and walking out.
Well, you should wait till everybody's picture is off the screen until you and Anj are the only two pictures left on the screen.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
The master of ceremonies rhythm. So you guys all need to look at this scene because the rhythm needs to be tighter on this scene. Because everybody's trying to overcompensate for everybody else. You're right on top of each other. Mel, song into picture and finish. So when they finished the second, I love what you did with the moving of your lips on the end of the second verse, Mel. All of that worked great. But when the song ends, unmute yourself, honey. When the song ends, it's like, and the first time you sit down should be like, it's you're lost. You really need that. It's almost like you see a path in this confusing world that you're living in, and you see that path. So the first sense is a sense of relief and identification and knowing where you are. You're actually having a lucid moment. All right. And then you add and you say, oh, everyone in my family. And that's a really lucid moment. And then they finish the song and you got to go much more nuts about how much you love it, about how perfect it was. And then all of a sudden, a quick reversal. And that'll really be a powerful way to end it for you. Move lips or no and react to song. Okay, cool. All right. So those are all my notes. Any questions? So what I'm saying in general is you guys are really starting to get it. Do not be afraid of making strong decisions. Really strong, sharp, hard decisions. That's starting to happen, and I'm really happy to see it. There's two scenes that I think we should run over. I think we should run over the party scene one more time. Especially the 1 through 10 area. Let's start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, I have to say to Cindy and James, that you guys really, really need to know this section, but-um. Right? I'm still getting the slowness of reading because you are reading it, but I'm telling you, the very first thing you should memorize if you're going to memorize anything is this little short 1 through 10 section, because you guys have got to go lickety split along with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what sets this up? What line sets this up, everybody? Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm on the wrong page here.
In a
Uh.
minute, dear, be patient, then you'll have something to look forward to. Judy must know he'd be playing golf, page 29.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Patient, you'll have something to look forward to. Anja's right.
Is that a good place?
29.
Is that a good place to start?
Yeah, that works.
All right. Can everybody know we're going to start there? I'm going to go off the air for a second. I'm going to go off the video here. I want to play with it a couple of times. So you'll be
I'm
able to
sorry,
hear.
where, I'm
Middle
sorry.
of the page of 29.
29.
Yeah, but where on the page are you talking about?
A
Have a
little
minute,
above
dear,
the
be
middle.
patient.
I mean, everybody's talking at once. Say it again.
In a minute, dear, be patient. And you'll have something to look
I see.
forward to.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, here I'm going off screen. Okay.
In a minute, dear, be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
One.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
That's everything.
She knows about us as well. She knows about us.
About us
Shit.
how?
No,
5.
yeah, you cut us
Because
off.
yeah,
right.
I jumped that one for sure.
Okay, listen to
Let's
this.
do it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good suggestion, James. Because we were so close to getting it that time. I just want you guys to do the scene once without them counting to 10.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I want you to look at the script because you're not off book on this section, correct?
In the running back and forth with him, I'm about 90% off. It's the
Good,
longer
good.
just with the kids that I'm not.
Just for the sense of rhythm, I want you to look at your script and I want you to read this thing as fast as you humanly can without those kids counting.
Okay.
Go, start it right now from the very beginning and go.
In a minute, dear, be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
About us, how?
She said she could tell by the way we behaved
Behave where?
at the Bramwell's dinner party.
We hardly spoke to each other.
That's how she could tell.
Good.
Nice, P.
Right, good. Now I want you to do it again. You're saying it at a good rhythm, but you're a half a beat, mostly away from picking your cues up. You've got to anticipate your cues a little bit here, and I want you to read it, but I want the cue pickups to be faster. All right, let's see what happens. Still no kids yet, and go.
In a minute, dear, be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
How about us? How?
The Bramwell's. Sorry.
Good. Again, what I want
She
you to
said
do is
she could tell. Okay.
let's go back again. That's good. And it's great because what's going to happen is they're counting. So you don't have to worry about the whispering here. You can make yourselves, it's sort of a little bit of a disagreement, right? It's sort of a little disagreement between you two. So make those cue pickups really fast and really tight and let the disagreement rule. All right, without the kids. Here we go. One more time, as fast as you can do it. And
In a minute, dear, be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
About us, how?
Shit. Sorry.
and
She said
listen,
she could.
James,
She said she could tell by the way we behaved. Go ahead.
listen, guys, just read it.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, just because what I want you to do is to get a feeling of how fast and tight that can be. The rest of it will take care of itself, but I want you to get that feeling once, and then we'll bring the fucking kids in. All right, here we go. Man, one more time.
In a minute, dear, be patient. Then you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
About us, how?
She said she could tell by the way we behaved
Behave where?
at the Bramwell's dinner party.
Well, we hardly spoke to each other.
That's how she could tell.
Good. Cindy, but we hardly spoke to each other. You can start really getting on. That's how she could tell. 10, you know, you see what I'm saying? It's fast, 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 loud, 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 loud. Oh, 10. Oh, we were back in the party. All right. Now we're going to do it once with the kids starting to 10 on their cue. And you guys go 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about when the lines are coming out. All of this will come together at the same time. Okay. So don't worry about it. Here we go. Try it and go.
In a minute, dear, be patient, and you'll have something to look forward to.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
3,
Knows everything.
4,
She knows about us at least.
7,
She said she could tell by the way we behaved.
9.
See, I didn't hear her on that one.
No, I'm hardly hearing.
Yeah. I see what's happening now. I see what's happening. It's exactly what I think John Sanudo told us is once the kids start being in, then we get the flip outs. That in other words, the computer cuts your sound out because of the 1 to 10 counting, because it jumps back and forth, right, John? That's what you're saying. That's what I thought. Okay, what's the lines going into it about counting to 10?
Okay.
back,
In
I
a
want-
minute, dear, be patient, then you'll have something to look forward to.
1.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
This is what I want to know is when do you tell the kids to count to 10?
I don't. I say that, and then it says the children whispering begin to count to 10. Or actually, they're counting to 60
Well, yeah.
in a minute. So they're actually counting to 60.
Okay, all right. So give me the line where it says for them to count or anything. Where does that start? I want to hear that. Doesn't.
There isn't one.
Yeah, it
Just the stage direction that
It
says.
says, can we have ice cream now, please? In a minute, dear, be patient, and you'll have something to look forward to. The children whisperingly begin to count to 60.
I gotcha. Okay, good. In a minute, dear. So let's try. Do you use the word 60?
No.
Okay. All right. So then let's just try at the end where we put the number 10 in. I want we to start to go 1, and then I don't want to hear any more until we get to 10. So I want you guys to go 1, and then they do their whole scene, and then right when they finish the line 10, that's the end of the thing. Let's see how that works. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yep,
And then that way the counting won't interrupt their conversation. It'll launch it and it will finish it, but it will not be in the interior of it, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yes.
All right, so set me up a line or two ahead of time, and here we go.
Can we have ice cream now, please?
In a minute, dear. Be patient, and you'll have something to look forward to.
1.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
About us, how?
She said she could tell by the way we behaved
Behave where?
at the Bramwell's dinner party.
But we hardly spoke to each other.
That's how she could tell.
10.
Yay!
We want ice cream. We want ice cream.
Good. That's the way we're going to book it. That's much better. It's clearer, and then there's no cutouts. And now I understand what you guys were talking about. Jesus.
Bill, you know what? Kind of a little bit strange. You're talking about to count to 10. She just mentioned Brian before in a minute, kids.
Yeah.
It seems like instead of
Oh.
10, maybe we should say 60.
Okay, that's good. We can do that. So the one's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start their conversation. 59, 60. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
getting
Okay.
that 60 comes from a minute.
right.
Because
That's
there's
right.
60 seconds now.
A
I
kid's
see.
minute and an adult minute are two different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the kids will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll have their holds. 59, 60. Ah.
All right.
All right. Let's try
Can they
that.
count that high at the stage? Can they count? I know they can now, but back when this was happening, could they count to 60 at this age?
Yes.
Why not? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying yes. Anyway, here we go.
But-
And
In a minute, dear, then you'll have something to look forward to.
One, two,
Bunch
three,
of-
four.
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
She knows about us at least.
How about us? How?
She said she could tell by the way we behaved
He's where?
at the Bramwell's dinner party.
We hardly spoke to each other.
That's how she could tell.
59
One,
cents
two, three,
each.
yay!
Yay, we won ice cream. We won ice cream.
Great. That's terrific. And James, your reaction to that and Cindy's reaction to that, like it's interrupting a middle of a conversation. All of those are really good decisions. Bravo. Bravo, Bino. That's great. Good. Let's see. I had something else that I starred. What else did I star? Oh, okay. Is there any area that, oh, okay, big finish. That's a plans. Yeah. The other thing that I want to try one more run on the architect scene.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to try one more run on the architect scene, all the way from the beginning with Vasily, do you have some sort of piece of paper you can try to open that up with?
Yeah.
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 I want to take one more quick look at that. And I think you guys could use another lap on it anyway.
Yeah, naturally.
And could somebody be on book for them so they can call line out immediately? Give me the page number it starts if you find it.
24, 25.
This.
Oh, good.
We jump around a little bit though. A lot of that stuff is cut out with Michael and Aggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it mainly starts on the top of 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
With me? All right, here we go.
Uh,
Let me see this scene again.
Give me a second, please.
Well, you're saying like there's your dining room is what you're starting with, right?
We're starting with, yeah,
Right.
so here's,
On the top of
it's,
25.
yeah, we're starting
Yes.
with you opening the plans up, Vasily. So they actually take the whole screen and then you put the plans down and then, okay. All right, so the scene begins, go.
Okay. There's your dining room, doctor.
Sorry. Look at those French doors.
I'm looking. I'm also thinking about heat loss. Big room, light room, commodious room.
One of the reasons we bought the house.
And one of the reasons we should consider breaking it up.
Breaking it up.
Now, bear with me. What say we turn this room into an office for you and waiting room for your patients?
I thought we said we were going to use the maid's quarters on the third floor.
Hold on, relax. The patient trusts the psychiatrist, doesn't he?
Now, Vasily, where's your script? It's in front of you, right up there. Is there a way is it on the screen of the computer?
Yeah, just right underneath the camera.
Now, okay, so let me ask you this, do you still have a copy of the script with you? Do you have a hard copy?
No, I have an electronic one.
Okay, so then here's what I think, Vasily, is what the problem is because when you're looking, come on back so I can see you.
Right. I think I understand your point.
Yeah, this is a perfect place for a hard copy cheat that you can put on your desk so that you're focused down on the plans when you're talking about the room, and then you focus up when you're looking at him. That's what I'm going at. Does that make sense?
Yes, but it seems like, sometimes I feel like I want to look at him too.
Oh, that's what I mean. But what I'm saying to you is, like, let me get my picture back on.
Right, so it means that if I'm having the hard copy and the electronic copy in front of me, so it could be, I would just go back and forth.
Bingo. It's a great way to cheat if you don't learn this scene, which you have to spend. If this is like Cindy has a great scene to cheat with her China, right, in Act 2, this is a great cheating scene for you that you can make it work if you do that double focus, so that now you have more time to spend on the scenes that you can't cheat, that really will suffer because you don't know the lines, if that makes sense.
I think it's a solution, right? But
Yeah.
it's just the thing that I have too. But this is what happened sometimes when I try to follow the text just right underneath the camera I set up, right? The script, the electronic script. You know, while I'm reading it, of course, the text going down. So what I have to use my mouse to roll it up text. So the text, the lines would be just right underneath the camera, so people wouldn't see that I'm going down with my eyes down, you know?
Right.
So it means that it's going to be kind of a multitasking for me at the same time to have a hard script in front of me on the table. And then I have to scroll up the text to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
I do. Okay, well, it was just a suggestion.
I'll try to do that. If it works, works. If, I mean,
what's easier, memorizing the lines or finding a way to make that work? That's up to you. I'm just trying to give you a way to make you look as good as possible based on the situation that we find ourselves in, so that you can focus on learning scenes that absolutely are critical to have to do it. If you can find a way to cheat it, great. If you can't, then just learn the scene and then you're good either way. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, but I understand what I mean, yeah.
Okay. Come on back, my friends, all of you. Good. So does anybody have any other questions? Because I think we made some really great progress tonight, and I'm really impressed with all of your progress tonight. If we make this sort of progress on Act 2 next week, we will definitely have time to run Act 2, do a quick set of notes, and then run the whole show next week. And if we end up going a little over, we'll go a little over. But I think that's going to benefit you guys the most is that. And then that'll put you in a really good place. You'll have 2 weeks off. You'll know exactly where you have to be when we come back, right?
Okay.
All right. Does that all sound like a relatively solid plan? Any other questions I can answer? Yeah. Thank you all.
Right now, when do we come back in January? Or is it TBD?
Well, we will talk about it next week after we finish.
Okay.
That'll, if we come back, we have 2 options coming back. We either come back Thursday night for the tech before the show, or we come back the following Sunday and we do a rehearsal that following Sunday and then do the tech on Thursday and the show on Friday. Those are the 2 options we're left.
Okay,
I
great.
kind of vote for the latter because it's like a refresher.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to do it in 6 sessions. I'm happy to give it. I want you guys to succeed. So we'll make it happen. All right. I just want to see where we are next time and we'll go from there. Chances are we probably will do that extra rehearsal, Cindy. But I'm always holding out for a miracle.
We love your confidence, Bill.
It's a season of miracles.
Yes, it is a season of miracles. It's a season of Zoom miracles. Yes.
Right.
Listen, really, everybody made progress tonight. I really think, but really take these notes to heart and do not make shy decisions. Make me pull you back from the decisions that I'm having you make. John, that'll be too rough of a voice. So that's, whatever it is, have fun with it. Because every time we take a break to have a good time and play with something, it's really so amusing for all of us. And I want to keep that feeling, because that feeling is what this show is about the positive nature of human connection in the context of a holy room of the whole culture's. It's the culture's holy room. It's where everything happens. And there's a great joy in that. And next week, we'll also deal with the very ending, because I do think I'm going to bring you all back on for one little toast. For a little toast. Yes. Yeah, not a can of Sprite. What I'm hoping for is those little plastic champagne glasses or something like that. That would be absolutely super. And they're easily gettable at a dollar store or something. And then the next time you have company, you have lovely plasticware to serve.
Wait, what year is the last one?
What's
What year
that?
is the last scene, because that would tell you when.
That's you and me, Ruth and Annie.
Right, and then we go right into
the monologue.
Yeah, and then we go right into the monologue.
Right, what year?
Oh, it's
81.
1981.
Okay.
1981.
Yeah,
We'll go
they
back.
have plastic ones in 81, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Okay, excellent work tonight.
And
Thank
you all,
you.
sorry about the confusion in my email about January 8th. Do you all understand what I was saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I got confused too, Mel, because you had originally said rehearsals in that email.
Well, that was
And
a
that's why
separate.
my mind went to rehearsals.
Oh, I
about
said rehearsal rather than performance?
Well, no, at the top you said rehearsals, and then I
Oh.
forgot that January 8th was a performance. So
Oh, okay.
my mind was on rehearsals, and I had just gotten at the university, it was a meeting that's scheduled on the 8th. So all I was saying was, I can't do anything
can't.
until after, what did I say, 2 o'clock or something like that. Yeah,
Great.
on the 8th. If we were gonna meet earlier in the day or something. So, but sorry about that.
Okay, good. And the one good thing that you guys got down that John and Ruth Ann, they didn't really understand the ins and outs until the day of the first tech. You guys understand your ins and outs. You've already got that. And that's probably one of the most complicated things that you're going to have to do. So I feel like we're going to be able to buzz through this. Okay. I just want to get you to a place where you're really having a good time with these characters. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Fine.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
See
Thank
y'all.
you.
See y'all next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Everybody.